Tear us apart and bury me all in my head alone, calling your name but only feel the cold. I sense the change in energy, all of my fuses blown. The fire burns inside, dead in a bonfire. So how do we end up here? Could've sworn we said forever. Hopelessly I keep on losing myself, with the flames getting higher, all of the problems that I couldn't help. Oh, I'm building a bonfire. Hopelessly I keep on losing myself, with the flames getting higher, all of the problems that I couldn't help. Oh, I'm burning a bonfire.
How's it going, everybody? Oh my god, my voice. Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day, boys. Yo, that race for world first raid, by the way. Yo, boy Echo just took it this morning. Well, for me it's morning, but for you guys it was whatever it was. Yo, how y'all doing? Welcome back. We got the more 5v5 1v1 duels on the day. Let's get some groups up and running over for the EU region, boys. Oh my god, it's gonna be real loud, isn't it? Oh god, got it. Let me know if it needs to be any louder. Yo, I am excited, man. This week we saw major class changes, a bunch of buffs left and right, so have fun with all of these buffs. We saw like consistency buffs for priest. We saw slight nerfs for like what, overall rogue, overall enhance, overall marksman. They did cap out enhanced burst in PvP, buffed up on holy quite a bit. They capped out subtlety rogue and assassination, so hopefully they should be less of a menace within arenas. We got what else gonna change? Monks no longer can. I'm sure monks can still do a lot of damage, but that Strike of the Windlord one-shotty thing no longer can do it. What else got changed this week? I don't even remember, man. There's a lot of, I know there's a lot of buffs. Besides Priest and Unholy Death Knight. Druid, but that's a healer change. I mean, technically, yeah. There's parts of it that did work into PvP. No, mages got buffed. Mages buffed for across the board, man. With fire, frost as well. Oh my goodness. Affliction Warlock BGs. Lived up to my expectations down. That's another one that got buffed. Affliction Warlock got buffed this week as well. Pin. Here we go. Did you do RBGs or just like random battlegrounds? I was winning rounds or doing 1v4s, assault rod, drain, life skills, kick W. Yo, that drain when you can put it on everybody. Hello, 3 more places. Yo, we got 3 more spots over for the team Jesus. I'll get a second team up and running when I can. Boys, yo, how's everybody doing tonight, man? I'm excited to get into some duels. I want to see how class changes go out. And I want to see if my man Gloosh could steal 1v5, or if Rogues are going to swap off of Secret Technique and they're maybe like limping now. I'm sure Rogues is still going to be really, really good. I just don't think they'll have that one-shot, one-bang potential. I might join 1v1 later. Farming some no-good trick for the lock. Go for it, my guy. Do your thing. Do what you want to do. Oh, wow, they added try Dragonflight for free over the top. That's kind of cool. Look at that. For a limited time, creator play Drag the Evoker, play up to level... wait, okay, I gotta switch it. My OB has all kinds of best stuff. Hold on, boys, hold up. What's up, Dan? How you doing, man? Trying to stay warm, Big Stone Northeast. Oh, man, I hope you do good, man. Hope you feel alright. Ways I can see 5V5 1v1 DUELS sounds good. Yo, try Dragon for free. I didn't know that you had that. Limited time creator, Drag the Evoker, play up to level 63. Visit Dragon House and experience dragon riding. Yo, I think that's probably the best way to do a free trial. Let people actually experience some of the expansion. That's pretty cool. I like that. Alrighty, we're gonna hop on this character for now, though, boys. One more spot. Sounds good. Sounds good. Maybe that's why I couldn't do Nokodon Arena over on the EU, by the way. Great transmog. Thanks, fam. Tatianova. I tried to go for like a commentator announcer type of mog, and I decided, you know what? Just like a dress shirt and whatnot. That'll do just fine. But this character got no gear, man. 0 gear whatsoever. I thought I did, Kren. I thought I did. That work? Okay, well, so it should be pinned now. It should be pinned now. Chat! Who's making groups out here? Do I need help making groups? Do I need to help you boys out? Ready? Alright, who got a second group, man? If anybody got a second one, or am I gonna have to make it? 5? Let's see. Yo, I'll make one real quickly. Raids, Legacy, 5V5 1v1 Duels. Boys, get in here. Time to test all the newest class changes tonight, man. Now it's time to do it. Our race change by enhancement to cold cheer in honor of you. What's up, JH? Guys, man. Gloosh, let me get my man in here. Let me get Alistair and Scalegaria. Let's go. We need 2 more boys for this group and we'll be good to go. Hey, yo, happy holidays, by the way. I just realized it's like everyone's here, man. Yo, I got one the other day. It's so good. I got the evoker up in chat. It's normal, but it's okay. It's really good either way, though. Yeah, Red? Yo, what's up, man? Let's go. I think so. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's completely nerfed. Yo, anybody want to bring an evoker? If you forget it as a weapon, want to see if you can blast it? Because that thing is supposedly on heroic, can do 300,000 worth of health in damage. Just blasting it. Just grab that little, just zap people with it. It's kind of nutty, honestly. It's broken. Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna end up changing it so that it's not nuking people like that. You need uno mas for this group, boys. Uno mas. It'll be good to go. That'll be on point. That and the punch ratio is really good to get a hex off. True. Honestly, the versatility you get is pretty awesome. By the way, unstoppable, my man. How you doing, Mike? That's you. Wait, that's you. Are you unstoppable? I just put the 2 and 2 together. Don't I have you add unstoppable? Hold on. If I got you added, I'll just make a lead. Oh, you don't have to do nothing. If you ever need me to help you make a group together, just hit me up. Unstoppable, right? Or wait, isn't your name? Hold on. Your B tag is something different than unstoppable, right? Or am I wrong about that? Breezaz, that's what it is. That's what it Breezaz. Yeah. That's my fault. That's my fault. I see you. Yeah, I'll make a lead. Just to make it easier for us. Alrighty. We're ready, boys. Yo, Breezaz. Yo, let me hit you with it. Bro, which raid lead so I can back up? You don't have to do nothing. You have to do nothing. Okay. Invite spectator match. Jesus. And Breezaz 5. Let me try Nokudon. No cooldown. I think the reason why it won't let me do no cooldown though is probably because I don't actually have Dragonflight on this character. So it may not let me enter no... Or not. Or not. Never mind. You must have expansion of Dragonflight installed to access this area. Are you guys in? Hold on, did I just send you guys in but I can't go away myself? Oh no, I can't spectate Nokodan Arena. You guys will never back out. If you guys are in, yeah, I'm not in. I'm not in. Game didn't let me. Need to back out. Yo, big F, dude. Oh man, why? Okay, all right. Well, I guess I need to just buy Dragonflight by next week, man. Oh wow, or should I just do it now? Is it on sale? It's like holidays and all that, man. We're out. Okay. I'll get you guys back in here. Yo, let's just do a no grand, man. Man, let's just do a good old no grand. Oh my god. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you, boys. Appreciate ya. Sorry for being a goober about it, man. Let's get some 5v5 1v1s tonight, boys. No Grand Arena. First one of the night. Let's get some 5v5 duels mixed in here, boys. More duels playlist. But you do have to update it a little bit. The game's all kind of buggy. Hold on. I can fix. Bam. Right. I think I got the right one. Yeah. Something about background FPS is whatever messes up. But it's okay. We got it. Let's have some fun tonight, boys. Bring me your best builds. Now's the time to try something different. Now's the time to try different builds. Now's the time to see what works and what doesn't. Have fun, most importantly. Enjoy your time in the 5v5 dueling arena. Also, if you got any homies that are around, you want to get them in, the more the better, man. Fresh blood helps out everybody. Oh, it's a bunch, to be honest. Grant thinks I shouldn't, because she doesn't think I'm gonna have enough time to even play EU. But like, I basically would be like, well, I'm buying Dragonflight so we can unlock Nokodan. You know what I mean? But like, unless I actually do end up playing, and I kind of do want to, I just don't know if I'll have the time to. I want to. Switch. But based on my schedule today, she was like, you're not gonna have time. You're not gonna be able to do it. You're not gonna do it. We got ourselves wait, hold on. Rons? I'm gonna call you Dart versus Unstoppable. Get it stun lock already, but the pet's gonna be tired off the bat immediately as Dart tries to see you swing around the corner. Quick access on Unstoppable, massive damage to Shaman. Under a ton of pressure, burning a wall, trying to see if he can get away, but that's a million little demons spawned and running after him. There's gonna be even a Pit Lord. Wait a second, Pit Lord joins in. Mortical, put him out in the open. Pit Lord actually doing a lot of damage. What is this? Pit Lord by himself does work. Unstoppable trying to go for a bit of movement while casting. There's gonna be yet another ASUS. So much pressure out of this one Warlock. The pets are doing a ton of work. Big demon bite to follow. The Warlocks did get actually nerfed a little bit this build. Stamina went down a bit, which is gonna make them a little bit less defensive. But man, the aggression is still there. Plus, 2, the Fell Hunter intro that they have as a PvP talent is now a minute cooldown rather than a 30-second cooldown, so it should lower down some of their interruptibility control capabilities. But we'll see. Gonna be another ASUS Unstoppable. Every time this man wants to make a play, the ASUS is there to prevent them. Lots of demons chasing after him. The demon dog is still very powerful. Shivara, Mortical, put him out in the open. The man can't even sit behind the pillar long enough. Knocking Dart back for just a second. Still looking for that recovery. Next ASUS could be deadly. Even those little itty bitty imps are doing a lot of work. Unstoppable still trying to stay aggressive though. Flame shock onto Dart. Trying to go for big Earth shock. Does he get turn around? Another set of demon doggers. There's gonna be a capacitor drone next to them, but isn't able to walk the pets next to it fast enough. Lava burst around the corner. Can he finish it? Both of them extremely low. Massive heal by Dart right now with an ASUS locking down Unstoppable, looking for a hand to go down. Unstoppable is on his last leg and down he goes. I think it was a Doom Dot that might have ticked down on him at the end there. Man, Dart has a lot of damage, lots of pressure. Demonology Warlock is still a very, very powerful spec. Once you get your pets up and running, you're good to go. A Demon Hunter Skelgar gonna try to see if he can slay these demons. Mortal sending him out. Gonna be a trick on a Demon Hunter pretty early on. Could potentially be a fear. It's gonna go for the AoE stun onto Dart. Dart with more demons. It's gonna be a tyrant up and running. Try to see if he can get himself hand go downs. Big Infernal is available for Skel to take it out. And should, honestly, whenever he gets a chance, is gonna slay it. Picking up the Demonic Soul. Trying to see if he can cleave down Dart, but the pets are still surrounding him. Once the man's defensives do go down with a blur, he might be a little bit in a worse spot right now that he currently is. Because right now it looks like he's kind of actually standing toe-to-toe with Dart, but the Demon Dog is charged in, does leap right over, needs another Demon Summon in case he needs to potentially survive. There's going to be Axon Sphere to follow him. Drained by Dart, looking for the Metamorphosis. This potentially could be the Demon Hunters all in go. Try to go for a bit of extra fire damage versus Dart. Dart get himself a Dark Pack. Demon spawned in. There's going to be a lot of leech, a ton of healing. Mortal set in over at Skelliger. Is going to try to see if he can take down Dart. Is it going to be enough? The drain life is the only thing that's keeping the man alive right now. Trying to go for a fear, but as a big cleave comes out, Skel does hit for the fear, and he's not going to be able to follow that cleave up with even more damage. He has a lot of damage backed up. 20% more from consuming the Demonic Soul. Stun onto Dart. Is a potentially CC. Counter CC by the Warlock. And he hits something right here, right now. Otherwise, the game could potentially be over for him. At no help whatsoever. Axe toss. Let's see if a Mortal Coil trying to go for a bit of a drain. Another portal. Try to see if he can get himself big pets up and running, but I think it's going to be over. That big old I-beam at the very end is going to be able to fly up literally into the, almost into the cage of the dueling arena. Has a demon right down below him. Should be able to give him a lot of healing as soon as he lands. Incap, try to see if he can stop him as Incap God tried to lock him down for just a moment. Isn't going to be able to quick fear off of that stun as Skel is just going to back up for a second. The man needs to be very careful with his defensives and his offensives. He needs to find a way to kind of do damage to the monk, and he's actually able to do so, but definitely needs to find a way to peel out, and there goes the peel out. As soon as he sees the karma, still wants to keep it slow, going on to Incap God. May need to use an immunity here. Could potentially be an immunity time. Doesn't get hit with a disarm, as does the Wet closes the gap, and this is where this man's trying to see if he can just get out of there for just a moment. So far, the Demon Hunter needs another demonic proc in order to survive this duel. He needs those demons to keep coming out of the Twisting Nether, to keep fueling him full of energy and fueling him full of that health. Skel may be in trouble. Could be a potential darkness situation. No, Incap does end up going for a quick jab, taking him out, taking advantage of the quick crit that he gains whenever he jabs to an enemy target. Alistair going to be up next. Slow down on Incap. Maybe a grip around the corner. Doesn't quite connect. This is where Alistair needs to just roll over Incap, slow him down with Chain of Ice, get all the pets up and running. Once the man is out of mobility, that's where you just slow him down and let the creeping death and the army of the Scourge take over. Stun onto Incap God. The man does have a port. He's going to use it while stunned. The possession is perfect. Has an escape tool. Is going to go for a big kick into a roll towards the other side of the pillar. Does preset up a portal. Won't be able to use it for a while. I think like, what, 30 seconds it looks like? Yeah, okay. I'm looking at the wrong cooldown, I think. But it is going to be about 30 seconds. Night Fae into a Lexiup. Alistair with an IBF to break out of the Lexiup. Is going to be disarmed onto the Death Knight, summoning the Gargoyle with a quick blind onto Incap while he got himself that diffuse magic. But the pets do a lot of physical damage. Besides the Gargoyle, most of his ghouls should do physical damage. Should be able to get right through that defensive fairly quickly. Going to be a massive Serenity out for Incap. This is where he wants to make big damage. Massive burst onto Alistair. Could be in trouble. Doesn't go for the Dark Pact. Trying to see if he can deny it. Karma to reverse it. Incap is feeling fairly confident right now. Trinkets out of the stun for just a second. AMS up for Alistair. Trying to delay a lot of that Karma damage, but he's still just on his last leg. Touch of death and fall. Could be going down any moment right now. This is where Incap just going to try to see if he can build up some damage. Goes for a blackout kick. Does not go in for a touch of death just yet, unless he's already committed touch of death into the Demon Hunter. With, I think it's going to be Redgar. Redgar going to be up next. Redgar is a very deadly survival hunter. Not last week, but the week before that. I mean, his damage was just absolutely uncomparable. Grenade thrown in as a Fist of Fury comes out by the monk. Quick freeze on him is going to go for a bit of many bandages, but realizing that it's only 31, we are on 31% dampening. Not much really healing you can get out of this one. It's going to be a big ring of boopity bop for Incap to keep Redgar away for just a moment. Is going to go for a jab. Crit is available. Redgar's going to close the gap, try to go aggressive himself. Lexium, oh, kill shot comes through as that's where the monk tried to see if he can make that crit happen. Turn it around onto Redgar. Couldn't quite do it. Couldn't quite capitalize on it as he was just so low on health. That kill shot was just going to be over for him. Big grenades flying in by Kiosko, trying to keep Redgar out of stealth and out of the camo, denying him any kind of healing. Redgar burning that exhilaration. Better use those exils and the heals as early as possible with this dampening. We're at 7 minutes right now. 35% healing reduction. It's almost like you got a mortal strike on you at all times. I was going to say a wound poison, But it was a struggling to say wound. Gonna be a big defensive for Redguard. Does have coordinator assault. Potentially big damage. Is taking big hits, but that's actually quite a lot of counter pressure towards Kioska. But Kioska also got hits of his own. Does miss that kill shot as the man dives in a turtle. And that kill shot just skirts along the turtle shell. My goodness, Redguard is such a tight spot right now. The pet, the not Chiji. I don't even know what you call Jikun. Is that what the thing is? The bird from Mr. Pandaria, I think it's Jikun, maybe I'm wrong on that one, is gonna keep him in combat, not let him heal. Massive damage on a Gloosh. Is that Secret Technique either way? Wait, Secret Technique just got nerfed by 30%. This man still used it. My goodness, War gonna be up next as a Beastmaster Hunter. He is so close to Gloosh. Does catch him. His pet sense him. Is gonna go for a kill command. The steel trap is waiting for Gloosh. He needs to walk Gloosh over the steel trap or the freezing trap, but the Gloosh is avoiding him completely. It's almost like the man is actually careful. I think it's just paying attention. The rogue goes into this restyle for just a second. Not even like a proper restealth. That's just a shadow meld stealth. My god, this man is a master of escapes. With double advantage, doesn't want to burn those yet. And Var trying to see if he can kind of hang out next to his traps. If you can just get the rogue to attack him from a wrong angle, which is perfect right here. Freeze the trap. Puts you out in the open. Potentially, Var could go for a stun. Wait, what does the Var realize? The rogue is out in the open. Needs to hit him with a Hunter's Mark. He's going to hit him with a slow. Stun. Gloosh trinkets out of it. Going to go for a Shadow Step. Big damage on the Var. Is that enough damage right here? Shadow Strikes. That's going to be a Secret Technique. Oh my god, it still does a lot of damage. But it no longer at least one-shots people with a one-bang. Big wall, floor, bar. But is it going to be enough? The survival of the fittest? But looks like the man wasn't fit enough. At least not that game. What fighting against a rogue on the back foot? Who is going to be fit enough? Probably only another rogue, let's be honest here. That or something that beats a rogue. What is out there that beats a rogue right now? Used to be other classes. But I think rogue may have very little counters besides other rogues. Jesus is going to be up next, summoning up his big A-bomb. Stinky little A-bomb looking to walk by the rogue. See if you can infect him with a couple of those diseases there. Look at that bad boy. I do wish we could use that guy. Remember when you could use like a mini version of that A-bomb as like a pet in Legion and he had like a grip ability? I do wish they would give, they would bring back for Unholy Death Knights like more pets that you could summon instead of your basic goal. How cool would that be? Stun to Gloosh, big grippy hand is up. Jesus just trying to see if he can maybe commit some damage. Could be a blind, but he already trinketed something. I'm not really sure what. Might have been a kidney shot, but the pet is still on top of Gloosh. Is going to go for a shift to slow it down. Try to see if he can evade the pet as well as the Death Knight. Is not going to be able to. The army that joins in as he gets hit with the kidney shot. That's going to be a shadowy duel, but I think the pet still can attack Gloosh. That's going to be the Gargle join in as well. If Jesus can survive long enough, Gloosh will take a ton of damage. Try to see if he can avoid him, but it is going to be a disease on him. If Jesus does get a right angle onto Gloosh, should be able to reinfect him with dots, keeping him in combat. There goes the Death and Decay. I think Gloosh does walk into it. Sap, either way, you can still get your pets to attack him. Wait, yeah, command your pets. There goes the ghoul. Trying to see if he can make a play. The ghoul's right on top of the rogue. He doesn't realize it, but the ghoul was just right there. Doesn't ghoul have a stun potentially? Needs to do anything in order to stop this burst? Oh no, Gloosh does go in with a cold blood secret tech. Looks like even after the nerfs, man, rogues with that cold blood secret tech are still just demolishing through people. It's not quite a one-shot, but it does do significant damage. In a lockdown when you're low on health, it still can do a lot. I want to see what's his opener looks like. I just want to see if he could go from 100-0 in the opener. Because if Rogue's can no longer do that, then I think it's more or less fair. But Gloosh still holding his own. Let's get another one going, boys, yeah? If you guys are missing somebody on your teams, let me know and I'll get you guys, I'll help you guys out. I'll just join your group and I'll do the groups for you. Boom, that's up there. Yeah, you bring it inside, dude. They are going on strong, dude. Off the bat, you got hunters popping off, Death Knights doing the work, the rogue Gloosh is back in action. Dalthoros. Hey, what's up, my man? What's up, ladies? Man, hope you're having a good one. I'm being realistic. Fair point. We're good. Jesus, let me know when you're ready. Jesus, click that command with it. Said it in Russian and in English. But yeah, they're going strong, man. So Arcade Mage is best for PvE right now. They're really good, Chris. They did buff Frost and Fire recently, so we may see those specs both on the rise. But right now, like, Arcane has proven itself to be a very, very potent choice. Arcane is a very, very potent spec. No doubt about it. It's solid. -1 being LFG. Alright, so they're in a group in LFG. I want to see if we can get him a boy join in here. Or a girl. Ooh. 49, let's go with that. Duel 49. Damn, I already got 49 of these. 6 benches been out for like how long now? Second week now? We got a group over in LG chat. Looks like Lunatic making a group. Hold on, Lunatic made a group? Come join. 5V5 Dalaran, come join. Where'd you list the group at? Oh, did you guys list it in the Raids Legacy and Shadowland section? Yeah, hope. I don't know where Jesus listed the group. Maybe it was a customer? Search. Promise Storms? Somebody's doing Promise Storms? So there is a group with Lunatic. Lunatic, why don't you join Jesus? Lunatic. Hey, I could get you in the Jesus group. Hold on. Lunatic. Hey, Grook. I could... Oh, you're ready. Okay, never mind. Okay, but we got another group, boys. Lunatic trying to make a group together. He has us listed in custom PvP, though. Not in Raids Legacy. His group is in custom PvP, so if you're Horde on EU, you're more than welcome to join. But if Lunatic changes it to, like, Raids Legacy, then Alliance and Horde can both join in. But they're ready, so let's get another one going. Let's do Blade's Edge. You know what? I like arenas with, like, their own artificial lighting in EU, because you guys know Grand and you guys know Kadana is, like, too dark for me. Like, I like the brighter, like a daytime version of Nagrand, honestly, over like the nighttime. I think it's really cool that they added like a whole day and night system, like a realistic one. But like this arena is always this like nice gloomy orange to it. But like that doesn't change whether it's day or time. I mean, maybe the skybox changes a little bit. Hold on, let me look it up. Wait, I can't do it now. Can I look it up? I mean, it's Outland. Like, does this even have a day and night cycle? You know, it's literally in space. It's like a piece of our planet, floating space, not even much of an ozone there. Like, you know what I mean? It's space, so I don't know. Is there a day and night cycle? Can I get an astronaut in the chat to tell me? Yeah, let's get another go here, boys. Second one of the day, yeah. I'm enjoying these, by the way, already. That's a good start to Twitch. Yo, Slap Chicago, how you doing, fam? We're having a good one. I think I'm starting to play more of a healer again because Play Sim 0 idea. Jake, healers are actually a lot of fun right now. We got Jesus over in Team 1 as an unholy Death Knight willing to bring in the death to these boys, but he's not going to be first up. It's going to be Dart instead first up. We got Yasa joining over for the Team 1. Oh, that purple and mix of orange to it. All right. Looks good. Alistair going to be first up versus Dart. The pet build versus pet build. The unholy versus the demonology. Who's going to be a better control of their pets? I mean, Alistair, I feel like already comes at a disadvantage. I mean, his whole set of pets are just a bunch of goofers, so this is undead. For Dart, he does command the Burning Legion, but the Burning Legion did lose twice in a row, so like, I think maybe better. Gonna be Alistair with the AMS, trying to see if we can fight right through Dart. Actually, AMS not used, that was a spell ward. And gonna be Dart surrounded by the army of the dead. That's gonna be Alistair surrounded by the demons. It's literally just a brawl in the middle. So many of these pets, but looks like Alistair's winning even though the pet lord comes out. The man just kept on trucking on. My goodness, his pets surrounding the Warlock, eventually just chewing right through his clothy armor, just barely leaving him with much. He just weren't scraps, man. Literally left with scraps. Gonna be Incap God next. Blind by Alistair. Playing very, very defensive. Did sacrifice his main goal and may have to go for a Dark Pact. If he can somehow keep the monk away from him and then use Dark Pact for a complete hard reset, he may be able to just avoid Incap God long enough, wait until the necrotics are off, and then continue fighting him. That may be the play, honestly, but Disarm is going to walk away. The Death Knight needs to emphasize control here. The better control he has versus the monk, the better. So when joining in, Alistair could be in a bit of trouble, could potentially go for AMS, may have to. Going to be Army that join in, does have a trick in order to get out of the sun. Still trying to keep Incap God slowed for as best as possible. It's going to be Karma, may have to go for AMS on this one. That's going to reduce, oh my god, it's going to get you so low. A lot of that magic damage between the Wen and the Karma is just a lot to deal with, but that was a rough one, man. That was a rough one. There's very little you could do, especially against a monk that have so much mobility. There's no way to really escape him. Gonna be a diffuse magic as Incap trying to see if he could just like avoid a bit of damage of Skell. As Skell goes in for a bit of a blade dance, doing quite a bit of damage. There's gonna be a bit of a reverse by Incap trying to go aggressive, but did decide, you know what? I'm a dip. I got cooldowns, but I'm gonna dip. I need to run away from the Demon Hunter, but hey, there's another class that you can't outrun, a Demon Hunter. Two of the most mobile classes fighting one another. No one can escape. No one can go anywhere. Jab by Incap, but it's gonna be Skell going up in the air, just looking for the bombardment. Incap does overshoot it a little bit, trying to go out to the bridge as soon as possible, but it just roll over the bridge, kind of out the open. But it's gonna be able to at least catch up a little bit of healing. And Scout does slay in a demon, 20% more damage, gonna make him a little more deadly. Stun into Incap. The man has a trinket. Does he get to use it? Oh, Blade Dance comes through. Does get sliced up as Skellige does end up taking him out. Yassi is gonna be up next. Also another Demonology Warlock going for another portal really early on, just so he can start summoning a bunch of demons. Vile Fiend summoned into it. He needs to get him some demon doggers as well around the corner. The earlier he does it, the better. Scale just trying to see if he can avoid the Warlock. If he can limit the amount of demons he can summon, the better. Gonna be a big demonic Tyrant coming up for Yasa, trying to prolong all of his main demons as best possible. Tyrant join in, big damage by the Tyrant. Gonna be a Scale with immunity, and that's where you try to send in more demons. Scale as soon as the immunity goes through, that's gonna be pretty tight spot. Trying to see if he can avoid all these peasants. Oh my god, that Pit Lord. That thing is so big, so chunky, but he can't really jump off the side. He has to use the stairs, he has to use the ramp. He just can't do it, man. He just can't do it. Gonna be a port for Yasa. Demon spawning in for Skull. Is gonna end up slaying the Doom Lord. That's what it was. I was like, why am I drawing a blank on this one? This is like a primary pet for Warlocks for a while, too. Gonna be a big slam by Skell with a big cleave onto Yasa. Yasa looking for a drain, mad damage by the Demon Hunter, looking to finish it with a Haunt, but does go for a massive heal right in the last second before the Haunt connected. Skell still has the Demon, the Warlock on the ropes right now, but he's starting to take a little bit of damage. The pets are starting to ramp up quite a bit. Gonna be a blur for the Demon Hunter as the big Demon Doggers come out. Massive bite, Mortal has a trigger for it, has an interrupt for that drain. That's gonna be darkness, but can't really approach Yasa as the man is just gonna walk him away from the darkness. Gonna be a big fly up, trying to see if he can bombard him from above. Does Yasa go down into bombard? Oh, no way! The Demon Hunter does end up taking him down. Just needed to leave the arena, go to another zip code, just become an airspace pilot. He does have to go into his spaceship for a second, fly up into the sky and bombard him. AC 130 from above. My goodness, calls on the kill streak. Gonna be Casco, still taking lots of damage from Skell. Oh my god, if he didn't have that stun, I feel like Skelligan would just continue that momentum. The man made sure to sharpen his Warglaives. He was just deadly. Unstoppable up next. Bonding shot around the corner as this is going to be a Casco trying to see if he can close that gap. Big coach shots coming through. Has coordinated as well, but mad lava burst. The meatballs flying through. Casco trying to reduce some of the critical strike damage from Unstoppable. Freezing trap to follow as the turtle shell comes out. The Hunter burning through a lot of defenses very, very quickly. Big kill shots coming through versus Unstoppable. This is where I think Casco probably going to dip behind the pillar until another kill shot is available. Trap around the corner. It's going to be a charge trap slowing him down. Kioska looking for a bit of a manic advantage, but I don't know if Unstoppable is going to let him go anywhere. Frost shocks for days, lava burst to follow. He has good consistent damage. As soon as he gets line of sight of you, if you can just get a good few seconds with you, you are going to be going down. What's up, Stitch Life? How you doing, my man? 50 minutes versus 50 minutes? I know, official. Yeah, exactly. It's hilarious. I love those duels. Gonna be Jesus up next, charging out. Chain of Ice to Unstoppable, dodging the capacitor totem as the A-bomb closes the gap. Unstoppable trying to avoid the death that is best possible. The Army of the Dead join in. He knows it's going to happen. Walling this off as best as he can. Will definitely either have to go defensive and just run. Looks like he's going to try to go defensive. Got himself healing while casting. This is going to be uninterruptible for just a second. Maybe kind of okay. Trying to see if he can knock Jesus back for just a second. Does have a root with it. If he can light aside Jesus for a bit, he may be okay. But the Army of the Dead is still chasing after him. Could still be in trouble. There is a lot of ghouls next to him. They're all attacking him. That's going to be in trouble. Oh, not much you can do. Once the ghosts go around the corner, all of them did the auto attack all at once. All those like 3-4 claws jiving into ya. My goodness. Gonna be Jesus with an IBF. Blind which is Gloosh. Gloosh immediately trickles it. He's feeling like he can win this one immediately. Jesus needs to find a way to avoid him. It's gonna summon another pet. Then unless you gotta heal, it's over. Man, that is unfortunate. That Demon Daughter popped off, man. Look at that. I think it was what, maybe 2 kills only. It felt like it was 3. But the man really did put in work there. My god, they're deadly. They kept nerfing them over and over, like survivability wise. They even nerfed their hunt ability recently. They're still popping off, man. They're still showing up and they're slamming these boys. Lunatic, we got a group. It's full for Jesus. Trying to make a group. Okay. Sounds good, my guy. Hell yeah. Let me see. Let me know if your group is over full, man. I'll get you in here as soon as possible. DF EU 49, right? 50? Yeah. 50 of the day, boys. Jesus ready. Breeze ass, let me know if your team is ready, or if Lunatic, if you got a team ready, man. Let me know, boys. Need some help? Yo, boys, if y'all want to join in my man Lunatic, let me actually do this real quick. Let me help you out. Let me help you, friend. Try to motivate people to come in. Let me help. Let me do this. I'm gonna list you over in the Raids Legacy section, and I'll see if I can get a couple of boys to join in. Fast lead. I'll list you in the right spot. Yeah, we'll do list. And I'll list you in Raids Legacy. Called 5V5 1V1 DUELS. You guys, we got another group. 3rd group up and running. Lunatic leading it. If you guys want to join in, you're more than welcome to. I do want to get Jesus and Breezaz back in the other game. Back in the next one. But if you guys want to join in, we got another one over in Raids Legacy. This means Alliance and Horde can both join in. I wonder if I could maybe get somebody on my B tag to like join you, just so you can have like a friend in here at the very least. You know what I mean? If we could just like the snipe invite Moonblade in here or something. Maybe Arc potentially. Where's Atha, by the way? It's still on that schedule, the work schedule. Also, Cries, my man, you want to join in? Destro buffs, let's go. By the way, Destro buffs. Yeah, we got Destro buffs as well. That'd be fantastic. But yo, if you guys want to join in, Grook got another team. If you guys are looking for a group but can't join one with Jesus and Blizzard but want to play, Grook got a team right here, my man. Right here, I'll make a lead. Keep the group like this. Keep the group like this in Raids Legacy. I gotta go do the other one, do the other group, but you keep it out there, okay? Cool. Jesus and Blizzard. What are you guys in? Dalaran Sewers? Let's do Rook, Black Rook Hold. I like Black Rook Hold. I don't know what it is about that arena that I like. Happy holiday, guys, and happy new year. Yo, Cosmin, happy holidays, happy new year, my man. Happy, my man. Appreciate you for being here. Hope you have a good one. 1 second, Mythic. Team Liquid. There we go, man. World first, world second. Apparently there was drama and a lot of salt about the world first stuff. Man. Before you guys ask me about the drama, I feel like both teams were insanely strong. They were very, very competitive. There is some, like, grievances about the nerfs. I think Blizzard was just trying to make it so that these guys could all kill it. We could get some world first in there before the holidays, so people didn't have to raid on Christmas and whatever holidays you celebrate. But yeah, there's definitely drama. Of course there is. Birthday tomorrow, yo, Chicago, happy birthday, my man. Hey, I could do 100 list polls. That's true. They started a little later than Liquid and 100 list polls, so, you know. I mean, some would say like, oh, but Liquid paved the way, they gave the strats or whatever, but I don't know. I don't know. Echo Boys, I knew they were like cracked though. I told you guys before, like, I think they're pretty cracked. I think they're getting underrated. The people look at Liquid very, very carefully, but not really looking at Echo as a real competitor. Switch. We got ourselves team with Unstoppable going to be first up over for the team 2. At the ready, immediately going in for a trinket as Dart is going to be first up, looking for that point, trying to see if he can find an angle versus Unstoppable is going to be an interrupt on another portal, trying to deny him the army of demons, but still the demons he does summon, the double fell lord spinning to it like two Beyblades are doing a lot of work all on their own. Going to be a tyrant summoned in, lots of pets going to be joining in. If Dart can get himself any more instant cast pets, Demon Dog is charging out, whatever pets he summons are just going to make it harder for Unstoppable to win this. It's going to be walking for the tyrant, that's going to be battle mass stricken, using everything he can, and the pit lord just charging down at him. Oh my god, there's nothing you can do about it. Look at that pit lord go. Wait, did you root the rest of the pets? I think he did root or stun the rest of the pets. Only one pit lord. You could deal with it. You could heal it. I don't think it was the most super summoned beefed up pit lord either. But it was something doable though. Unstoppable got himself a bit of that lava burst setup. Dart does drop down a cast circle, knocking him out to make it easier to interrupt him. Potentially could be looking for an interrupt. Doesn't quite have it yet. Dart with a massive heal. Mortical to follow. Does he have enough pets to continue to pressure Unstoppable? Axos into a stun, into more hand-to-go dance coming through him. And the man got himself an entire barrage of imps just blasted with a Demon Dogger charging out. Next bite by the Demon Doggers could be very deadly. Unstoppable does burn the Dwarven Racial. It is going to lock him out of a trinket, potentially. But at least he did use himself. The defensive does end up removing some of the dots that he had on him. I don't think there's any bleeds, but maybe there's a curse like Doom. It's going to be a lava burst with the zaps coming through. Does have quite a bit of damage, but man, the Demon Dogs are just so deadly. It's going to be the Earth Elemental joining in. Better use the Earth Elemental wall right now to help you heal. This is where you need to heal. Oh my goodness. All those pets. I mean, once they're on you, what can you really do in that type of situation? Gonna be Alistair next with a Dark Pack getting set at him. Demon Tyrant trying to come out. It's gonna be Dark Pack for Dart. This way he needs to back up out of there and needs to send another set of pets. But how do you stop Alistair? The man has anti-caster mechanics. Gonna be his caster circle. Potentially could be not interrupted, but he knows he's in a tight spot. Literally backpedaling because he got nothing else to do. But Alistair just overpowers him with the army of the undead. What do you do in that kind of situation? Is it going to be Kiosca next? It is Kiosca, trying to be very, very careful with Alistair. The man got an entire army of Risen following his every command. This way you don't want to be fighting all of them at once. And Alistair, at least give an opportunity to kind of like back up for a second. Kiosca does not want to go out there. Alistair does not want to charge out of Kiosca. They're just kind of holding their ground until Kiosca chooses to close the gap. Laying a bunch of traps for him. And Alistair does need to close the gap at some point, but I think it's maybe just waiting for cooldowns. That's gonna be Apocalypse up very, very soon. Wait, did that just Shotgun just get spent between him and the Skulker very, very quickly? It just felt like it like spun real. It just felt like it bounced between the two and just like disappeared. That was fast. Kiosca gonna be freezing trap onto Alistair, but the army of the dead still chasing after the hunter. Just trying to go for a cab, but the pets still be chasing on him. That's gonna be charge trap to slow down all of these pets. Look at him getting rooted, which is perfect for Kiosca. While Alistair is out of any kind of pressure, he is going to go for the Dark Bag just to give himself a little bit extra health. So kind of hoping that he doesn't need to worry about the necrotics that come after him. Maybe could use AMS versus the Binding Shot, trying to get stunned up. There goes the AMS. Big kill shots coming through. Blind at Kiosca. And also looking to back up out of the entirely. Just even pulling his pets back. He needs to keep his main pet onto Kiosca in case I think you get maybe potential stun. Big damage, big kill shots. Kiosca could just have him here. It's going to be stunned by Alistair. Kiosca does get out of it. Another kill shot. Alistair, no health whatsoever. Just one more kill shot, one more bolt through the heart. Just take through the heart, and the man goes down and does go in, I think, with an auto attack. The man was just nothing left. Skelliger going to be up next. Immediate freezing trap, and that's going to be a trinket out of the demon hunter. Kiosca with the battle master trinket, trying to send in some damage, send some grenades over at Skell. But Skell turning around with a stun of his own. Eye beam to follow. Kiosca in trouble, maybe looking at the turtle shell defensive. Skell trapped up for a second. But the man no longer has a trinket, so Skell could be in a tight spot. If Kiosca can kite him out, wait him out, use a tar trap, use the freezer trap to slow his approach, maybe a steel trap to hold him back, and then stun lock him with an intimidation stun, that could be deadly. Using the binding shot stun in order to be able to get aggressive here, it's going to be charging out Excalibur for just a second, but the demon spawns in, it's going to get it to explode. Lots of healing for Excalibur. I don't think he even picked up the demon soul until a little bit later too. Turtle shell for Kiosca, one big defensive already spent. Got him some CC, but Skell just needs one angle, one quick stun to Kiosca, and the man is going to be down in the dirt. Skell is plenty healthy. There goes that stun. Could be deadly. I think it's over. Oh my god, the eye beam. Wait, potentially maybe. Kiosca just gave up. I was hoping maybe there was a chance. Maybe there's something you can do. Maybe there'll be a freezing trap to kind of meet the guy. But nope, apparently not. Skell out in the open. Waiting for either. It looks like it's going to be Yasham. A bit of a rematch between the two as he goes in for a big old gateway. Last time Skell was just able to overpower the Warlock quite handily. There goes second Felguard coming in. Stun. That's going to be Taran joining in. Is that another portal somewhere? Maybe not. Going to be Mortal Cold. The man goes for immunity. The man may be in a bit of trouble. Wait, there goes the Dreadlord. Oh, the Pit Lord. Stuns on all the pets. Doesn't quite get a lot of souls out of him. That's going to be a full barrage of, I don't even know what those things are. Like ranged bat things. Leap over towards the Warlock. Try to see if he can catch up to him. And the man is just laughing. The man is just laughing at him. I don't even know why. Is it because all the pets are over there? He's like, haha, can't catch me. That is the demon hunter, mad damage. Oh my god. The man laughed earlier. I don't know if he was laughing at a joke or laughing at a demon hunter. I can't tell. But probably shouldn't have been laughing. You know what I mean? Probably shouldn't be laughing. Lexi on his skull. I don't know if the man can get out of this one. Incap or imprisoned onto Incap. Got the man immediately trinkets it. Or looks like maybe broke into damage. Scout tried to do whatever he can to avoid him. He's going to go for a bit of a blade dance. But man, unless he got a defensive, unless he got an immunity or a heal, it's going to be over. Incap God does go resetting behind the pillow for just a moment. Who's up next? Is it going to be Redguard? It is going to be Gloosh. They're not keeping that boy in the back anymore. The man actually does get to come out fairly quickly. Going to be Incap. Meeting him out in the open. A bit of an honorable bow. I like it. I like it. These are the kind of things I like seeing, honestly. Look at that. Maybe they're friends. Who knows, honestly? Flirting out the arena? Come on, boys. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You never know. Maybe Incap is a big fan. Maybe Glitch is a big fan. It's going to hit him dirty with a gouge. Not even letting the guy get a proper like re-stealth or anything. Just a quick gouge, cheap shot, trying to see if he can end him. Immediate karma by Incap with the diffuse magic to follow. Trying to see if he can maybe deny some of the damage of the Shadow Blades. Lexi but Glitch does get a trinket with a blind to follow. Incap no longer has an out. So I feel like Glitch just has him right here. Could go for a sap. Wait, no. Oh my God. That was a cheeky little sap with the first trade right after. Try to get as much health as he can. I think it may be over for Incap, unless the man can lock him down somehow, or turning it around with a big Fist of Fury. Gonna be a big eviscerates back-to-back cheap shot. There's nothing you can do. Once you busted a trinket out and you caught low health, there's really nothing you can do against that one. Gonna be a A-bomb joining in. AMS early for Jesus in case Ghost goes in for any shadow damage. I guess there's shadow blades and stuff. Subbrogue does have tricks up their sleeve. Diseases are up on him, but the rogue is trying to see if he can dive behind the pillar. Dive behind the grate of the arena. If you can side out the pest, there goes the big tyrant, oh, not tyrant, but a big transformed ghoul. He's gotta be quite effective, gotta be the mages of the dead around the corner too. Stun onto glitch before he can really go for a stun of his own. This is where Jesus is gonna walk by, send the whole army of undead after him. Glitch could go for advantage in case he wants to. I think he's gonna try to see if he can shadow melt. Shadow step around the corner, Jesus pokes his head around the pillar. That's gonna be shadowy duel. Mad damage, wait, does the rogue end up taking him out? Jesus trying to do everything he can to survive. It does not have a death pack in order to give him more health. The diseases are still upon the rogue, does go for a collect of shadows to remove him. So the rogue should be able to go for a clean approach versus Jesus. The man does have the pet next to him, does have a Lichborn, maybe a bit of Death Coil healing. But at this point, he got not much really left. Shadowblaze does get himself a dome. I don't know if this is going to help you much against the physical damage. Back-to-back Shadow Strikes and Eviscerates, man. That's just rough. Oh my god. The rogue still is super, super deadly. If you ever caught low and the rogue gets a reset on ya, it is just deadly. What was that Demon Nutter damage though, chat? That Demon Nutter, I feel like twice it just done like incredible damage to Clothy. Just ripping right through him, ripping him to shreds. My goodness, that man is gonna need another robe after that. Jesus. Alright, let's get another one going, boys, yeah? Uno mas, uno mas. I'm enjoying these a lot, man. I love the variety we got, man. Not too many rogues, not too many of any class. Not enough warriors in here. I will say that. Not enough warriors. I need more warriors. Love to play the +5 with 2 390s in a group. What happened with that +5? Depends on what key it is, man. I feel like sometimes, like, even if you have like a 390, like a DPS, if the healer or the tank kind of trolls, there's not much you could really do. But, man, it's rough. What key was it? There's more Earth Ellie wall? No more Earth Ellie? Really, Chicago? I had no idea. Wow, wait, really? Even when you make him like the whole, like, big Ellie? Huh. Wait, Earth Ellie seems really, really bad then, huh? Wow, I didn't even... That's rough. That's a big defensive nerf, actually. I didn't know. Court of Stars, Ting just kept pulling and trolling. Is that after the first boss, like when you play doing the ads on the court? Because there's like those imps over there and big old eyeball guy and the succubus, and I mean those mobs can do a lot of damage. Especially if you get the enforcer, even on a +5, it's still gonna do a lot of damage. Yeah, what's up, Memento Mori? Hope you're having a good one, fam. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Yo, if you guys want to join in, Lunatic still has a group over in the EU. I don't know if Brizaz still has a group over there, fell apart. No one care to join team, someone if needs people. A team if anybody needs people? Yeah, go for it, my guy. That's fine with me. Look, I'll say enjoying the most right now besides Rogue. Ooh, I've been playing a bit of Shaman, trying to get better at that thing. Like Elemental. I've been having fun with that one. Definitely been having fun with the Shaman. I'm really bad at the Lightning Bolt Elemental. Like Fire Ellie, super easy to play. Lightning Ellie is what I really want to get good at, but I feel like I'm just not good at it. Although I have been doing practice, I have been trying to figure out, like single target is whatever, is my AoE damage that I'm like super unsure about. I'm like, man, that damage could be a lot better. A lot better. But yeah, it's been rough, man, you know what I mean? It's just been rough with that one. But I need to practice it a bit more. I just need to practice because there's some big pulls that I'm doing, or some smaller pulls, and I feel like I'm just whatever. Outside of like mad pull, where I can do big cooldowns, constantly rotating stuff. Yeah, it's just been a little bit weird. But practice makes perfect. Haste also will make it much easier. I feel like I'm just super low on haste. But yeah, ready? Lunatic, I think he's not in a group. Okay. If you guys ever need me to help you make a group, when we don't have one available, I can definitely help you out. Let me get Brizaz and Jesus back in. What arena do we do, man? Do we do another Grand? Let's do Dalaran Sewers. Chat, any arena recommendations that you guys would like to see? Because I do want to see if I can rotate through a few different ones. There are some arenas that I think are going to be a no-go, like Tolveron. It's just too big for a duel scene. It just ends up being massive in like classes like Kyrian, Flashbang, Mugambala. So Mugambala, I'm not against it, holy moly. The problem with that one is that middle pillar, I feel like, ends up in the stairs, usually end up benefiting rogues, feral druids, and monks heavily. But I'm not against it. Hook point, I like hook point. Okay, we'll try Mugambala. It's been a bit since we've done it, but we'll try going back to Mugambala. It's just last time we did it, it was like really bad. Amongst I'm okay with that. Okay, sounds good. Yo, where's Chrysler, by the way, man? Where's Chrysler? Also, Holy, where's don't you play with Ark usually? Where's that man at? Flashbang out, Kyrian man gets thrown in the battlefield, LMAO. Dude, it's not a bad arena, but yeah, for a lot of you boys, it is real late in EU, so it is gonna be like super like bad. I don't wanna blind you boys. Alright, let me get a new one going here. Bop. Huge. So Twitch. Got ourselves Jesus gonna be first up as Unholy Death Knight dropping in Death Indicates. Gloosh gonna try his best to avoid the Unholy as best possible until the moment to strike. How'd you get your pets to? You got your like A-bomb to just like stop and put. Where's your goal, by the way? Oh, where is it? You have your. I was gonna say for a second, like you got yourself a Magus, you got yourself a A-bomb boy, but like what is the main goal? Also, you're not Skulker? I feel like I've seen a lot of Death Knights play Skulker just because it's like passive damn. But I guess not. Gouged by Jesus, by Gloosh, answer a kidney shot, IBF immediately, but Jesus got himself the AMS blinder to the rogue opener as he's trying to see if he can make that cold blood open happen with that secret technique. Could it be a stun by Jesus? Summoning another pet, transforming it, gonna be a full army joining in, stunned by the main pet, gonna be Mages on the dead joining in, Clocker Shadows by the rogue, trying to see if he can find an angle to Shadow Scepter over Jesus, is gonna be able to dive into the south from a Shadow Meld, as he doesn't have any dots from a Clocker Shadows, and is just gonna avoid Jesus while he's got his pet transformed and the army ready. So it's gonna be a little bit until Jesus can potentially get himself a good go versus Gloosh. What is it, a 45-second cooldown normally on that pet transformation? Does get himself a dome in case there's any Shadow Blades damage out of Gloosh. The man is gonna go in with a couple of Shadow Strikes. Maybe a secret technique at the ready. Grippy hand up and running. Does have AMS. The stuns are coming through for Gloosh, but it's gonna end up GRing all of them. Ghoul joins into the duel, and Gloosh is gonna take a bit of damage from it. This is where Jesus gotta heal himself as much as possible. The more runic power you spend, the stronger your gold becomes. So the more runic power you spend, I think, to heal or even Death Coil, the better it's gonna be. Got himself a big pet, someone in with an A-bomb. The gold's actually doing a bit of work. That's gonna be the main transformation from your main pet. Gonna be getting shot by the rogue. Is it gonna be enough? The main pet's still attacking you, but I think he may be down stone onto Gloosh. Does go for a trigger just to see if he can get the quick miss rate onto the Death. They didn't want to let him recover at all. Man, that was close. I feel like, man, I don't know if Jesus was just shivved and maybe just couldn't reach Gloosh for a second, but he was behind the pillar for a while with a grippy hand. That's where he should have charged in before, because that kidney shot was coming off of cooldown very soon. Who's up next? It looks like it's going to be Yasha versus Gloosh. Does he have enough damage to potentially beat a rogue here? It is a Demonology Warlock, so he always has his main... Your main Wrathguard with a shovel, man. The Gardener Wrathguard. Always ready to blast this bong Gloosh over the head with a spade. Just trying to see if he can approach him. Maybe potential sap on the main pet. Another portal is gonna get Yasha a proper opener. Got himself more pets summoned in. Demon Dogs potentially getting a shot into Yasha. Does go for a big dark pack. This way he needs to summon as many demons as possible before the big... Oh, never mind. Vanish out of Gloosh. He knows that there's going to be a lot of pets out of Yasha. He knows he doesn't really want to fight him. Somebody got him out of combat or out of stealth for just a second. Other pets are going to be able to find him blind. Maybe the pets can still reach him. The pets were walking at him for just a second, but no, my goodness. He got himself with the entire army. Look at him and the homies. I love the fact that people are playing Motherboard on PvP, by the way. The fact that it's super effective just makes me happy. Gonna be the main pet charging back out towards Gloosh. Man has evasion. Maybe he's trying to see if he can avoid an Axe Toss. Did the pet Axe Toss already? If it didn't, that means the Warlock could be in trouble. Does try to go in for a kick, missing it. Yasha gets himself a little bit of a haze buff and immunity to CC for just a second. Lots of casters are running a new PvP talent where if you juke a kick, you get yourself a nice buff of haste, immunity to CC, and I think that's really it. Maybe there's a damage buff, maybe there's a defensive. Who knows, honestly. I gotta look at it again. But it's a nice buff. That means if you miss as a kick as a melee or a caster versus the caster running that PvP talent, I think it's called Premonition. I'll need to look it up. Chat, what is it called actually? Just so I get the name right. Drained by Yasha, trying to look for recovery. Gloosh waiting until the kidney shot is back up. He just needs that kidney shot to be back off of cooldown, but as Yasha have a way to stop it, it's going to be the pet right next to Gloosh. Does he get to avoid that Axe Toss? Secret technique doesn't quite crack through Yasha's defenses. The Rogue is trying to do his very best to fight through the Warlock, but the drains are coming through. There goes the Axe Toss. Does he have any pets to follow? It's going to be the Doom upon him. Yes, that is Premonition. Appreciate you. It's going to be a quick fear as Gloosh does miss that kick. That's going to be a fast fear with a drained life. Yasha is just trying to play this game super slow versus Gloosh as the man does go behind the pillar. Does go for the gouge in the main page. Shadow step. That goes the kidney shot. Is there an Axe Toss waiting for him? This is where you need an Axe Toss to stop him. Wall out for Yasha. Does go for the Axe Toss. Second pet joins in. Trick it out of the Rogue. Does he have enough to finish it here? Looks like we're trying to see if he can go to reset, but the main pet is on him. Still spinning on him. The Gloosh. How does he not get put out of stealth? How does this man not give? Oh my god, the main pet's still on you. How does he know? First of all, how are you still in stealth while he's spitting on you like a Beyblade? Second, how did that pet still know you were there? Get the shot back onto Yasser, but the Morocco is sending the rogue out. I think the rogue may be going down here. The main pet still knows you're there. How does he know? He just knows. Wait, what's going on? Hold on, the rogue is not dead. Wait, oh, what is happening? Hold on a second. Alistair charged out maybe a little early. He thought the rogue died. And then Yasser... wait a second. Alistair, you and the rogue basically double teamed him at the very end. Hold on a second. Oh no, precognition? That's what it is? Okay, precognition. I'll try to remember. Wait, should Yassi get another go? Should Yassi get res real quickly? The only one that can res him is Incap. I felt like that was a little bit unfair. Like, it was a good duel between the two. Rogue versus the Warlock. But then the death that was that, I don't think Alistair meant to just snipe him. I think he literally thought that, oh, Glitch is dead. Look at the guy, he has 0 health. Literally, it's not 0, it was 1. Gotta be Incap. Try to see if you can potentially Fist of Fury down Alistair. The man got all this army of the dead onto Incap. He just needs to wait long enough for Incap to just slowly start wadding to this army of the Scourge. Quick interrupt around the corner. Alistair super low on health. I don't know what he could really do defensively right now. All he could really do is slow down Incap, put down a chain, and try to see if you can avoid him. Sacrifice the main pet, summon a new one. Lichborn up to get a couple of death claws, but they're so reduced to 30% dampening. With Incap charging back out, Lex up on Alistair. Big Night Fae. That potentially could be massive damage. Strike of the Windlord does a bit of damage, but not nearly as much as it used to. The big one-shot just doesn't exist as well. My goodness, Alistair still super low on health. Summoned up an army of the dead, but the Fist of Fury parrying him out doesn't let him play. My goodness. Gotta be unstoppable up next. Got himself a fire elemental up and running. Maybe can get the lacking in his hands. How does the Shaman fare against a monk, by the way? Because I feel like monks are not really great unless they get defensives for survivability. But they kind of do I don't know. I feel like unstoppable maybe just has way too much sustained damage for a monk to really deal with it easily. But maybe the mobility will be enough. But unstoppable is also fairly mobile for a caster. I don't even know. I almost never see this matchup ever. Gonna be a Night Fae for Incap. Big Serenity. Unstoppable could be in trouble. Does get himself a Lava Burst. Massive procs. Karma muted for Uncap. Try to see maybe if he can just avoid and reverse the damage back to Unstoppable. Lexium trinkets it immediately. Gonna be that route. Doesn't have a way out. Gonna be a quick hex. Unstoppable just supposed to establish control over Incap. There goes the Stormkeeper. Another Lava Burst. Mad damage. Oh my god. The procs. This man just ascending. Needs himself the Lightning Bolt right then and there. Maybe one more Lava Burst. This guy's just destroying them, man. Gonna be a diffuse magic for Incap trying to avoid it. Second stun. Oh, the pet. Oh, the totem is so good. Zaps. Oh, man, that damage is good. Okay, so he's bursted too. He got good sustain, but when he procs, it is insane. Unstoppable trying to see if he can go for a little bit of healing. Can he go again? Can he do this again? He got this lava burst procs that he needed. Stun onto Unstoppable. Kiosco trying to keep the damage rolling. Death Chakram ripping right through him. Is going to be a knockback, but the Shaman trying to give himself a little bit of a breathing room. And Kiosco knocked back quite a distance. Unstoppable, does he get himself maybe the procs back fast enough? Lava Burst coming through. Doesn't quite get the procs he needs, but he got himself some consistent damage. Earthshock to follow. I wonder if he's playing like the Earthshock Lava Burst damage build, because that could be pretty good. But I don't know what you actually play as an Elish Shaman for PvP. Got himself a little bit of defense. Gonna be shields available. Kiosco with some damage. Kill shots to follow. Lasso to Kiosco. Does it trinket? This one Unstoppable does walk out, but the body shot stuns him. That's super unfortunate. Earthshock onto Kiosco with a Frost Shock to follow. At least able to CC him for just a second. Got the roots on lockdown, but the man had no help whatsoever. Needs to avoid the skill shots as best as he can. Gonna be another root onto Kiosco as well as the pad. The roots do entangle his feet. And Kiosco, I don't know if he still has Coordinate Assault or not, but better be careful because it is lightning in Unstoppable's hands right now. Got a Flame Shock onto the main pet. May need a little bit more healing. I think Kiosco's trying to pull back, maybe trying to just control Unstoppable. Is going to see that freezing trap, attack him, and there goes the Manic Bandage. This way you need to get a Flame Shock onto Kiosco to deny him any kind of healing. Stunner around the corner. I think it might be over. Kiosco does go for Death Shock from Harpoon right after. Wall for Unstoppable. What can this man do in this situation? Try to go for a lasso, but the kill shots and the bleeds were already in. And Skelliger, does this man just go take what the? That is a rude effect. Does someone in a demon? Random proc of a Shivara has that on the back foot in case he wants to use it. So I think Kiosco leaves. Kiosco just left. Kiosco did not want to find out what would happen. He's just down. He's out. Anton Badan, last one left on the team one. I don't know how Anton is going to be able to do this, man. As on a Holy Death Knight at this high dampening, all you can do is do damage. All you can do is go in for some damage, man. That's all you can do. Gonna be a Skelliger trying to see another demon spawned in. Perfect. He's gonna have that on the back. If he has ever on the back foot, he can always sacrifice it for a quick, easy heal. Gonna be the Army of the Dead join in. Let's see, flying up in the air. Anthropodon got himself the IBF. He got himself the AMS. Got himself the zone, so he's able to reduce a lot of the chaos damage. Got himself the big grip hand to try see if he can start clawing into Skelliger. Skelliger trinkets out of that stun into an immunity immediately. Anthropodon does himself the runic weapon at the ready, so he's got a lot of resources built up. Trying to go for death codes from a distance, but also trying to see if he can avoid Skelliger. Quick interrupt on the I-beam. Try to see if he can cut him out with a chain of ice until he gets some damage. Blind, but doesn't quite connect. I don't know if that was a metamorphosis there, or maybe a much from street they give him immunity. One of those two, but it's gonna be Anthropodon super low. Blade dances are just cleaving right through him. The death blades are just doing work. And Anthropodon having to go for a death pack, trying to avoid the hunt, is able to do it. He needs to find a way to potentially stun the hunt as it hits him, as it's midair, because then you can kind of stop it. AMS for that stunned immunity, but Anthropodon, no help whatsoever, summons up an entire army of the undead, and they're chasing after Skell. Skell, I think, may be in trouble. Does go for the big hunt. Oh my god, he just goes in like a missile. My god, this man right here. Oh my god. Okay, he's only got one, but I guess he never fought Kioska, so I guess that makes sense he got only one. It's just weird, you know? Man, that's unfortunate. Wait, did it just fight only Kioska? Only answer that time, I guess? For some reason I think that guy fought two, but I guess he only fought one. Alrighty, boys. Yo, Lunatic Group. Can you explain the stream title? What do you mean the class buffs this week? So this week we saw a lot of class buffs. We saw Shadow Priest buffs. We saw buffs to so PvE wise, we saw buffs to Restoration Druid, we saw buffs to Fire Mage, Fast Mage for PvE damage, which also applies for PvP. We saw some nerfs for Rogues, we saw a slight nerf for Woundwalker, a slight nerf for Marksman. We also saw buffs to Unholy Death Knight for the Reaping playstyle and the Clawing builds and the Death Coil damage, I believe. I think it was Death Coil. And the Army of the Dead lasts a little bit longer, so that is a buff as well. And for PvP, we saw buffs to Destro Warlocks in terms of the Chaos Ball damage, Incinerate damage, and Shadow Burn damage. We saw buffs for, I think, Shadow Priest. Technically, they have less of a one-shotty burst, but better sustained damage. Affliction Warlocks also got buffed in damage as well. Demon Warlocks, Warlocks in general saw a slight reduction to the overall health with stamina reductions. And I think it was Affliction Warlock got buffed in damage too for like Malefic Corruption, Drained, Shadow Bolt, and Pandemic Invocation. So there are buffs, that's what I mean. Like there's actually like class buffs that happened this week. I covered them in a video earlier in the week. And that's what I mean. Like a lot of class changes have happened. Rogues lost that burstiness. Like that Secret Technique and Death Mark got reduced by 30% in terms of the overall value. So it's a quite significant one. Strike of the Woundler for monks also got nerfed too. There's more buffs than nerfs, but there are some significant nerfs for PvP specifically. So when you're no longer getting 100-0 by rogue, just 100-70, that's why. 30% reduction there. Shadow Priest is a buff in PvP. They did cut above their damage though recently. They nerfed those bursts, but they're doing pretty good on the ladder though, Como. They're doing really well on the ladder. I need you to invite. Okay. I can get Lunatic in the group. I can get Lunatic in a group. A spot opened up. Smiley face. I can get you in. I can get you in. Let me know. Let me know if you are for in. Let me know if you're ready for an invite, my guy. I am the leader. How many do we have in this group? I'm in. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and with you it's 5. There you go. All right, you're back to lead. All right, cool. Did you just say they're ready? I think they said they're ready. You guys said hook point, right? Hook point, Mugambala. Let's do hook point really quickly. I like hook point. By the way, if you guys want to open up the groups and maybe get a bit of variety in your groups, or if you want to switch around teams, like get Yas to join in Team Brizaz, maybe take Anthropodon so you can have both on a Holy Death Knight, and then the other team could maybe get Galusha or whatever. If you guys want to switch it up and stuff, you're more than welcome to. If you want to open up the group for the sake of variety, I'm cool with that too, so we can do a little bit of a switcheroo. Same people can play, we get to switch up the teams a little. Let me know, Pumpa, Para. Let me know. Oh, what's up, Memento? What do you mean? Let me know. What happened? Finally killed the rogue. I know, right, Chris? That rogue is insane. Tune today, tuning early in the week. But I'm sure they'll be tuning this week too. Or maybe not this weekend, because it is going to be, this week is going to be what, holidays? Probably fine tuning maybe Tuesday, maybe next week. But, I mean, the race for World First is over, so now they can tune classes a little bit. Classes that are underperforming or overperforming, they can adjust them a little bit so that everybody can be equal in raids, PvE, Mythic Pluses, PvP. But I'm glad they've done a lot of tuning back and forth, chat. Plus, we have the 10.05 on the horizon. That's going to be out very, very soon, man. Potentially, like, next month. This very, very next month. That could be really, really good. That could be really, 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 really good. Did I save that one? I don't know if I did. Okay, switch. Wait, switch. Nice, that'll do it. Unstoppable going to be first up as an elemental shaman. I almost called you enhancement. That's my fault. Versus Yasa. Let me go a different song, man. Let me get something good in here. I think we just listened to this one, didn't we? I think we just did. Give me a variety. That'll work. This was intense, but it's perfect. Yasa starting off with, but the nether portal does get hit with a wind shear immediately. It's gonna still get on up and running. It's gonna summon up as many demons as he can. Also, while Yasa, he also has a talent where he randomly summons demons. Whenever he randomly pops out like a imp or a gold or a random summon, that also contributes towards that nether portal. Massive interrupt to Yasa as he's trying to go for a big old tyrant. Does still get to go for a tyrant. That is a pit lord on him. Does the pit lord get empowered? The pit lord does get empowered. Mad damage on Unstoppable. Maybe in trouble. The pit lord is going to be quite beefy right now. My goodness, but it doesn't look like it lasts for long at all though. Maybe that's why Warlocks use the tyrant on the other pets rather than pit lord, because the other pets need to last a little longer. Going to be a big drain by Yasa. Unstoppable trying to see if he can avoid him as best as he can. Is able to survive the first wave of the demon, the first wave of the legion, but can he do it again? We won't be seeing a big old tyrant pet or big old nether portal for a while, but the tyrant is going to be up in just a minute, and that's just like a fell lord coming up very, very soon. That's going to be quite a lot of output. Unstoppable better find a way to capitalize versus Yasa. The health reductions to Warlocks and limiting their interruptibility is an interesting change as of recently. So we'll see if that'll be enough for Yasa to, if he's going to be able to compete here, or if it's going to be enough, he's going to be soft enough for Unstoppable to be able to potentially take him down. Big rune to Yasa, trying to see if he can load up a bunch of lava bursts. That's going to be grounding on him for a second. Yasa does end up sniping him out. There goes the wall as he gets blasted out by the lightning bolts. Big axe toss onto Unstoppable, knocking the pets back, but they do rush right over to him. That's going to be a couple of shadow bolts by Yasa. Needs to get himself a bit of resources. Does try to watch out for his own health as best as he can. Managed to go for a few lockdown onto Unstoppable. Try to see if he can maybe go for a drain or two. Trying to regain as much health as he can using that shadow burn. Soulburn is Soulburn. I have to remember. Nova, oh my god, he actually ruined the main pet. I guess it makes sense because the Wrathguard is quite a good portion of his damage output. So ruining the pet is not a terrible idea. Trinket out of Yasa. Maybe he's trying to see if he can get aggressive. Is going to go for a soul burn. Trying to see if he can close the gap with Yasa. Is going to be the pets. Stunned up by the capacitor. Is going to knock back a stun yet again. Tyrant join in. That's going to empower all of his double fell guard as well as the demon doggo. That's going to be Tyrant swinging around the corner. Rooted, but Axtal's keeping him out in the open. Drain life right after as Yasa trying to recover as much health as humanly possible. Is able to build up for quite a shield, which is going to give him a little bit of a buffer when fighting versus Unstoppable. That is going to help him out tremendously here. Unstoppable, still surrounded by the army of the pets. That is going to be Demon Dog is going for yet another Dread Bite. Every time they go for a normal auto attack, there's a chance they'll do an extra Dread Bite, which does a lot of shadow damage. And depending on how Yasa built himself, could make Unstoppable more vulnerable to Shadow Flame damage, which is a good portion of Yasa's damage. We're going to be grounding on him, absorbing the Mortal Coil. Big lightning bolts of Yasa. Does himself a Dark Pact, but Unstoppable is going to go for a bit of a hit and run. Doesn't really want to stay with Yasa at all. Drains out by Yasa. Just try to keep himself afloat as best he can. Try to stay ahead of Unstoppable because the man is just not really feeling good right now. Got him some big Earth Shocks. Lava Burst versus the main Wrathguard is going to get him some potentially big Lava Burst versus Yasa. It's going to be both the pets as well as Yasa getting blasted out. Yasa may have to summon a new Wrathguard in just a second here. He's going to be kind of exposed. Trying to see if he can go for someone. Does he have a fast summon though? He may not. He may be in a bad spot right now. Trying to go for a bit of a board. Does get himself a quick summon. And that's going to be Earthstrike by Unstoppable. Is it going to be enough though? Did he soften Yasa up enough? Could potentially maybe go for an interrupt versus those drains. Unstoppable is again surrounded by the demons, but Yasha doesn't have the same health pool anymore. This is where Unstoppable could potentially get himself a big setup, maybe waiting for Primordial to go for the back-to-back lava burst, maybe waiting for the Sky Fury, potentially. Does have himself a big burst, possibly. Mad damage, it's gonna be a big Earth Shock, Blaster Follow, interrupt under Yasa, Man may be in trouble, does get himself a big heal, that's gonna be drained, oh, but the Earth Shock does collapse all around him, the earth from the ground just rises and crushes the man, buries him in the tomb. Will Jesus gonna be up next? Can the Shaman escape them though? That is the question. The army of the undead. Using the root onto the army is going to be crucially here. So finding a time to do it, especially when they're empowered, is going to help you a ton. Just trying to avoid the pets as best you can. But also you got to get aggressive at some point with Jesus. I don't think playing defensively is going to help, especially with a damper that's going to be super, super punishing. Already 22%. Already your healing is reduced by at least 20%. That is a significant number, some would say. Stun onto Unstoppable. Army of the Dead rises from the ground, rises from the siege-drenched soil of the Borealis ground. It's going to be unstoppable. Got himself maybe a bit of damage. It's going to be what looked like a root for a second on Jesus. Maybe not. Maybe a root. Maybe it was a root. Blind onto the Shaman. Does go for a trinket. Looking for a hex. Doesn't get to do it. Still surrounded by the army. Oh! And Jesus burning a trinket just to get out of a hex? Interesting. He won't have an out anymore. Especially the one fighting as Glur, Skell, or Grook. So that's going to be interesting. Alistair up next, trying to see if he can maybe summon up an army of the dead. Does get himself a big old A-bomb chasing after Jesus. Stun to follow as he pre-AMSs any kind of damage from the other Death Knight. Trying to see if he can go for the full army. There goes the main pet in power. Jesus is trying to see if he can avoid the army of the dead, but he's going to run back into the Valkyrie, dropping down the dome to reduce some of the magic damage, some of the shadow damage away from Alistair. And Alistair just gonna keep trucking on, but the army of the dead sounds out for Jesus as well. Gonna be pets on top of pets. Jesus trying to see if he can go counter aggressive. Can he survive the damage by Alistair though? Because he got a lot of potential mad damage. Does go for the execute. Alistair playing the execute build. Oh my goodness! It just felt like the man's health was there, and then snap, and then it was just low. Is Antabadan Dex potentially? Looks like he wants to go out there. He wants to go in. Kiosk maybe? Anton is ready, man. He's just like, yo, let me go, boys. I can do it. Let me do this. Let me go. It looks like it's going to be Kioska. The man is so excited. I was thinking they were just going to let him be like, all right, let her rip. Get in here. Gonna be a harpoon towards Alistair. Does go for a quick stun reversal back into Kioska. Looking to maybe take him down. Yo, Master B. Yo, Master Blee. Thank you so much. We got to hashtag Master Blee in chat. Appreciate you, fam. For becoming a member. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too, fam. Appreciate ya. Yo, hashtag Master Bleed chat, boys. Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you so much. Is that alert louder than normal? I think it's louder than I normally have it. But that's good. I'm glad it's loud enough. Thank you so much. Mad damage out of Kioska. Big kill shots to follow. Back to back. Absolutely just blasting out the Death Knight. The man did not really have much to work with. He was just on his last leg. Last peg leg. Gonna be a quick gouge onto Kioska. Kidney shot right after. Has a trinket for it. Doesglush gets to take him out. Just gonna break out of the freezing trap pretty quickly. Gonna be Turtle Shell. Asglush committing everything just to stay on Kioska. He's just gonna try to see if he can run him down, man. Just running over this boy. And Kioska does give himself at least a bit of a breather until the next kidney shot. That kidney shot is gonna be brutal. But you need to get us. One thing you do have is CC, and Glush no longer has a trinket, so you could wear him down little by little. That's trying to see if he can close the gap. Kidney shot beats him immediately, and Kioska is just going to take the punishment back-to-back of miss rates. Cheap shot to follow. Does he get to survive it? Oh, no, not even close. The man wanted to make it happen, but couldn't quite do it. There goes Antabadan. Has to go versus the Death Rogue, versus a Warrior, versus a Demon Hunter, so I want to see if he can do it. I want to see if he can do it at all. Sap on Anton as he does get his pets over to the side. The main A-bomb just kind of chilling over there with the ghoul. What is this other pet that you summoned up? Is that the magus? One of them must be a magus. It's probably the big green one or the tiny green one. Galu's just kind of buying his time. I think waiting until he gets trinkets or defenses available. If he wants to go in versus Anton, he needs to make sure he's ready. He got his stun locks. Back to back, he needs to make sure they're perfect. Gouge, kidney shot, Antabadan immediately breaks out of it with an IBF. It's going to try to see if he can summon up an army of dead to fight versus the Glush. Glush with the cloak shot is really early on, so Anton can grip him, can't really slow him down. Does have the main pet swinging around the corner, going to be stunned to Glush. It's going to grip him close. It's going to be army that join in. That's an advantage. Does he get to escape and do scot free? Steals doubts on him. No cloak shots for a while, but Glush is going to veer behind the pillar, behind the scaffolding here. If Anton could swing over there fast enough, he may be able to stop Glitch. Does he know that he's there? He's looking for him. I think Glitch is just weaving in and out of stealth, and Anton just can't find him easily. But does notice, I think he should see some little legs. He does look at him. He sees those little legs healing over there. Shadow Blades are ready for Gloosh. Has a kid shot versus Anton. Has AMS for the Shadow Blades. This is going to help him a little bit. But Anton does dip super low. Another cheap shot by the road. Trying to go for a blind. Doesn't quite connect. Anton looking for a bit of recovery. May have to go for a death back. As the next Eviscerate could have just ended him right there. But I think it's still over. The Shadow Strike still flying through with Evasion up and running. Incap getting hit with a cheap shot immediately. Glitch looking to escape. In-cap by in-cap. Gao elects to follow. Does it take Glitch down? I think he might just have him here. Gonna be spins, but I think Glitch may end up walking out of that with scot-free. He does go out of it scot-free. My goodness. That is crazy. The man is gonna mount up over onto the Glad Mount, looking for the rogue, picking up the eye. Does he realize the Glitch is right behind him? He's looking for these pillars. He's trying to be careful with the pillars, but doesn't realize that Glitch is right behind the scaffolding here. Should be able to notice it. I think he realized it. Needs to get in combo with him. No, the sound comes through. Glitch is able to get himself max range outside of the spinning crane kick. Does go for the gouge stone into Incap. Does he have an out? Gonna be a trinket to follow. Incap. Shadow. Oh my god, cheap shot with a Shadow. Oh my god, that's secret technique does so much damage still. Incap trying to see if he can catch up to Glitch. Does he get to do it? Crackling Jade lighting for just a second. Rolls over. Summons in Zuen. Zuen may be able to keep the rogue in combat with a Karma to follow. So the rogue can't really even turn this around. Zuen is gonna keep you busy. Does not have a Vanish, but maybe has a Shadow Meld. Wait. Does he still have doubt on him? Tiger Lightning? No, he doesn't. He's free. Actually, scot-free. My goodness. Incap, do you have a human racial? I feel like you only live this with a human racial. At this low health, there's just no way. There's just no way. Huh? I think Glitch is just giving you like an opportunity to maybe recover. Oh, he left? Wait. Glitch just left. He's giving you a chance. Okay, I feel like Glitch maybe left to maybe give you a potential chance, but now it feels like it was mean. Now it feels like it was BM. Oh my god, the Demon Hunter. Oh, that was great. He did not want to. You know, I want to lose the advantage he saw there. He was like, you know what, this could be hilarious. Just did it. Let's get another one going, boys. Yeah. My god. Yo, let me know when the teams are ready, gang. Let me know when the teams are ready. Or if you guys want to switch them up, well, welcome to them. Alrighty. Jesus is ready? Alright, sounds good. Let me know if you are ready, Safable. Or if you need more boys. If you need more people. We can get some groups in here. Rogues OP. Dude, Rogues are really, really strong, man. They're still they nerfed their burst capability to one shot, but they're still really good. Like I even said, like they're still probably going to be really, really good. Mugambala, right? Mugambala. I want to see how Mugambala works. I haven't done Mugambala in so long, man. So long. We'll probably do another Nagrand here in a bit. I don't like the dark mode Nagrand, the night mode Nagrand. Look at general, the FZ. Yeah, I saw. To reach level 100, it'll take 150 to 180 hours. Hey, I mean, if it's a lot of content, if it's a lot of stuff to do, then that's not bad, you know? But if it's like a lot of like boring tasks you have to do and grindy stuff in order to get that level, and there's like a boost to skip it, I would have a problem with that. Take a Q again. Didn't look like Mugambala worked. Let me try again. It's sent. But is it? It's not really playing the arena. Huh. Oh wait, no, I did. Did it? Maybe? It's not really, okay, it's struggling with Mugambala. Let's do a Tiger's Peak. I like Tiger's Peak. Mugambala is not working well. Let's try Tiger. I have no idea. I'm not sure why Mugambala wouldn't work, but I'll try Tiger's Peak instead. Maybe somebody was dead or somebody's DCing or something. Maybe that's why it's not letting it in. Did he just slash no at him? Maybe. He just was like, you know, just about to kill him, was like, all right, leave. I think Glitch was trying to give the monk in cap a chance to like maybe come back, maybe heal up, maybe he can at least fight somebody. Didn't want to burst him down, but yeah, not much of a chance to give it at the end there. Dalaran, no, probably won't be on tomorrow. Christmas, everyone wants guides coming out. Guides probably after the holidays, man. I got some on the way. I got some planned. I got some guides on the way. Somebody decide for me if I should focus alter my H-Power Disc Priest for me. I don't know. I need one relog. One need relog. Okay. I can wait for a second. Let me know when you're ready, my man. Доброй ночи. Подскажи, пожалуйста, как попасть вам. У нас группа есть на LFG. Если найдешь группу на Dungeon Raids Legacy, на те группы напиши 5 в search. И чтобы у тебя фильтры все, на всех были. У нас группа с Jesus, все там славы. У нас Близасту. Два команды сейчас. We can maybe see if we can maybe have these groups to relist, because there are some dudes in here in the chat. Like Pop over there. Or Rorschachs. I have no idea what they say, like in the English or Russian letters. But I would call it Pop. Pop TM. He said, yo, how do I join these? Because he's interested in joining, but we may have to open up these groups in order to rotate some fresh new blood. You know what I mean? Спасибо? No problem. Не проблема. I hope they do a Lost Ark skip, where you get to skip for free on odds once you complete all the story, endgame stuff, one character, so on. We'll see how they do it. We'll see how they do it, Jake. But the impression of like the leaked beta stuff from Diablo, so far they have been like, people that play Diablo, they've been impressed with it. So I don't know how they're gonna run it, but if people are like play Diablo that from leaked beta, like impressed with what they've done so far, maybe there's not like any kind of egregious like grindiness to it. You know what I mean? So maybe, as you say, maybe they already have something like that implemented. Who knows? My goodness. Should we ban rogues again, chat? Last week we banned rogues, but then we would just only be banning Gloosh. Should we ban rogues again, chat? What do you guys think? Because last week we banned rogues and a lot more people get to play. So Twitch. Gonna be Antabadon. Oh my god, I'm literally going through the floor. Antabadon first up versus Unstoppable. As the Shaman goes in for knockback, the grip comes through. He just yo-yos him back in here. Unstoppable tuck and tail and one shot. You see to get back away. Big damage on the Antabadon. The man does have to burn through his AMS, but it's also gonna be his cheat death mechanic burned right through. Mad damage on the Anton. Trying to see if he can recover, but the Shaman just is overwhelming him. The man may just be taking him down. Everything gets sacrificed. He got himself the main bed. Just exploded and all of the life force consumed. Death pact, made a death pact with Bon Samdi himself, but does end up necrotic and a portion of his own health. And that's going to be a stun until Unstoppable as the Shaman is just absolutely unleashing all his guns in the opener. Was that a bunch of lava burst procs maybe? I'm not even sure, but the man is just absolutely unstoppable. Antabadon tried to see if he can find a good angle versus Unstoppable. Big Earth Shock with a Lightning Lasso does have a chicken for it. The main pet does get amplified. May have to go for AMS here. Big Lava Burst and Earth Shock's coming through. The man got a lot of damage, doesn't send to a god. Needs more Lava Burst as soon as possible. If he can get another Lava Burst proc, he'll be fantastic. Big stun onto Antabadon. Doesn't try to stay with him. Tries to actually use that stun to break away from Anton. Does get to root him out in the open with a big yoink. Big death goes flying in as Anton trying to see if he can poke at Unstoppable. Soften him up a little bit, but the man is I know it's not really soft, but unstoppable, as it's close to like unsoftable. If that makes any sense. Blind onto, it's so weird that Unholy Death Knights have a blind now, but it's so good. Blind onto unstoppable for just a second. It's Antabadon is just trying to recuperate behind the pillar, but Unstoppable so far, he's been able to stand toe to toe with Anton quite easily, not letting the Death Knight really gain any upper hand over him. Gonna be big damage out of Anton, summoning up his big pet. That's gonna be Swarm join in. Got himself the army of the undead swapping in as well. Gonna be stunned into Unstoppable. Does get to spread the army all over the place. A-Bomb joins into the fight. Does Unstoppable maybe counter Anton either way? Anton is kind of hurt. Limping. Earth Elemental joining in. That's going to give Unstoppable a little bit extra recovery. He does give himself a little bit extra health to work with, a bit of a buffer. But the man still needs to go aggressive here at some point. Lasso onto Anton. Does Anton have any way to stop it? It's going to be full lasso. Cheat death mechanic comes through. Doesn't give him the most amount of healing. Try to see if he can siphon some health off of the Earth Elemental. And that's going to be the Spell Warden procking in. It does give him a little bit of that survivability versus match damage specifically. Double zaps to follow as the dome comes through, knocking him out of the dome. Is it going to be another? Lava Burst could potentially be deadly. That's going to be AMS up with a grippy hand for Anton. Does end up burning through the AMS very quickly. The Shaman may just be able to take him here. Wall is up, stun. That's him going for a trick, and that's going to be mad damage. Anton, no holds over. Another death pack. Not a lot of help to work with. Doesn't get rooted that time around, but the knockback does go through him. That's going to be unstoppable with a quick root onto all of them. The blind comes through to try to see if he can stop the Shaman from behind the pillow, but the blinding sleep doesn't do it. Earth shock. Anton is on his last leg. I think he just knows it's over. Big lava burst with a lasso. And Unstoppable does end up surviving that onslaught. My goodness. That was a lot, man. That was a ton of pressure. Oh my god. From one death knight into the next. Unstoppable gotta be dreading his life, man. He's like, man, I'm just Ghost Wolf permanently. Let's pick a Shaman at you. I'm Ghost Wolf. I run from Death Knight. That's all I do. That's all he can't do, really. Chain of Ice trying to slow him down. Gonna be a stun by the main pet as it is transformed. Unstoppable trying to give himself a little bit of recovery. Knockback on a Jesus does send him flying. It almost looks like you like charged at him and booped him out of the way. But it's going to be still the army surrounding the Shaman. The man has to keep playing it defensively. Has to stay in Ghost Wolf for as long as possible. Does he maybe get any counter pressure at all? Or a shock to follow? Maybe something, anything? No. Just ran out of cooldowns. After a whole Unholy Death Knight burst, you have to rotate everything you got. We're going from one Unholy to the next. That's tough. Glitch could be up next. Quick gouge over Jesus with a stun right after. Does go for a trinket. AMS is up. But is it going to be enough here? Blind onto the Rogue. Try to see if he can establish some control. But Jesus just burned a lot of his offensives. Can he do anything to the Rogue, though? Stun locks him with a second with a Strangulate. The main goal, empowered, beefed up. And it's going to be able to hold Gloosh back for a second while clawing at him for free. Gouge onto Jesus. It looks like Gloosh may be trying to potentially escape out of this one. Cloak of Shadows, IBF up for Jesus. Does not have any more outs anymore. So the next Skittish shot is going to be extra deadly. As Gloosh does go in for a Shadow Meld to re-stealth with a Cloak of Shadows, so he doesn't even burn a proper Vanish. He's just saving those for later. That is interesting. Now, I wonder, when he uses the Shadow Dust talent with double Vanish, does that help him gain back Shadow Meld too? Like, does it give him cooldown reduction on Shadow Meld as well? Or is that only for your like rogue abilities? I do wonder how that works. But Gloosh does go towards the corner. Jesus does pick up the eye. Should be able to see him, but Gloosh, he's wearing like a white jacket, and that kind of blends in with the snow. Maybe that's why it's so difficult to see. He got them white daggers, white jacket, literally blending in with the snow. But it's staring right at Jesus there. Gouge into a Kidney Shot. Wants to go in for a big secret technique. Is it going to be enough? The mad damage out of it, but not enough to actually just one-shot him. Gonna be a quick stun onto Gloosh. Does get him some quite a bit of burst damage onto Jesus, but not quite enough to take him down. Gonna be disarm as Jesus get himself a grippy hand. Bit of death pact is gonna give him a little bit of health, but still, necrotics making it hard to heal. Gloosh with an evasion, try to see if he can dodge everything Jesus throws at him, and he's gonna continue to punish him with Shadow Strikes back to back, get a shot, locking him down for a second. Jesus doesn't set it long at all though, and Gloosh goes in for a vanish, but he still's dotted up. Still got diseases on him. And the pets, if they can chase up to Gloosh, they should be able to maybe potentially reach him. He's going to be weaving in and out of stealth while the disease is on him. And if Jesus is careful enough, he could maybe get the pets around the corner to get Rogue in combat. Does get hit with a sap. If the Rogue is out, that's going to be the pet. Try to see if he can approach Gloosh. Gloosh trying to go for a Shadow Step. Doesn't quite get to stay on the platform. Big Shadow Strikes over versus Jesus, though. Does end up taking him down with an Eviscerate. That is a tough one. Kioska charging out. If he can get himself a flare down versus Gloosh, just missed him. Just missed him. But this way you need to get a Hunter's Mark on him as soon as possible. I feel like a Hunter could potentially take down the Rogue as long as you have a counter for every one of his stunts, especially when he goes in for the Cold Blood. If you can just save your pet sack for when he uses Cold Blood, I think you could delay a lot of that secret technique damage, because that would be 100% guarantee. That Shadow Blade is going to be very deadly too. Rogue abilities. Imagine stating a reduction on the human racial. That'd be insane, actually, Alex. You make a good point. Imagine. I just thought to myself, like, why does he use that over vanishes? But I guess maybe he's just saving them for later. For when he actually needs to use cooldowns and needs to reset them. Gouge into Kioska. Get a shot to follow. Gloosh is going to be really deadly. Kioska has to go for a trick, and the man was about to die right then and there. Oh my god. So Rogues can still one-shot, depending on the class of fight. So far, he fought only Death Knights. And they have, like, what, plate armor? But against a Hunter with mail armor, that's not enough protection. That's too much. That's too strong. He was about to just one shot. What the? Hold on a second. What Yasa? Yasa is just attacking him with a pet. Wait, hold on. No, Yasa, the hunter isn't dead. He's just in camo. He's still sending a pet at him. I think he's trying to see if he can deny him any kind of restyle. He's like so dumb with the rogue. He's like, all right, cheating time. Gonna be a binding shot down on the glue. He knows if he walks, he's gonna get himself sunned up. Knows he doesn't want to shadow step. He's being very careful with the mobility. Trying to see if he can just not break the tether while it's up. It's up for like good 8 seconds or something, isn't it? Wow, it lasted there for quite a while. It just gotta pinch you in place. And if you move, you just get punished. But Kiosko, it means that he still has a proper intimidation stun later for Gloosh. Setting up some traps, Gloosh knows not to approach Kiosko in the beeline. He knows if he's gonna run out after him, he needs to find a shadow step to get behind him, or sprint around the pillar. Is gonna catch himself a shadow mode for just a second. Try to see if he can approach Kiosko. Big kidney shot, gonna be that pet sack. I don't know if that's gonna help him much at all, actually. That's still a lot of damage. Mad output onto Kiosko. The man is still super low. Does go for manning bandages. This time wasn't quite a one shot, but very deadly. Stun onto Gloosh. Try to see if he can fight right through him. Can he potentially do it? Gonna be Gloosh trying to get some shadow strikes back to back disarm onto Kiosko. But it's gonna be a binding shot to stop him in place. Still got more shadow strikes, more eviscerates, vanish to follow. Oh, shadow strike. Oh, I was gonna say, why does that shadow strike not kill him? But eviscerate is all he needed at the end. My goodness, Kiosko lived with 1 health there for just a second. Yasa gonna be up next. Yo, ban that lock. He did my rogue dirty AF. Oh no, dude, no. I don't think he meant to. I think it was accidental, potentially. But up quite a fight, he did. He killed an Icebound. I didn't see nerfs. It's only nerfs and secret technique. All the other abilities do a lot of damage. But as you can see, like it's a Kiosko secret technique still hits really hard. It just went from like a one shot to like still a very high burst ability. But at least no longer it's at least no longer a guaranteed one shot, where like it can kill you in a kidney shot. So I don't know. Maybe they need to nerf him more. Who knows? Honestly, we'll see what they do. Mad damage onto Yasa. Wall to follow. Just try to see if he can take out the rogue's burst with a mortal coil, stunning him out. That's gonna be rogue. Trinketing. Vanish right after. Does not have any dots on him. That is the disadvantage of playing a Demonology Warlock versus a Rogue. You don't have any damage over time to get the Rogue out of stealth. You only have your pets, and they're not really a damage spec. They all just do autos, but look at the whole family of demons, man. Look at all of them. Shadow strike by the Rogue with a shadowy duel, kidney shot. Does Yasa have a way to stop Gloosh? He needs an Axos right now immediately. That or a mortal coil. The man may be going down. He needs something right at the moment. But Gloosh does go in for a couple of Gloom Blades there. In cap with the Gloosh. Lex Sweep, the Rogue has nothing left. This is where in cap, I think, takes him. She dead? Oh, I was gonna say, there's no way that Rogue escapes it, right? She dead that big hit, but then as soon as you got a big one right after, you're good to go. Grook, ooh, on the mouth, the new one, I like it. I like the way that thing looks. It is very detailed, man. Look at the fur on that thing. My goodness. But he's gonna be up next versus the Incap. Kind of giving him a bit of an honor duel. Letting Incap maybe get some cooldowns back before he actually gets to go. But Incap didn't really use much against Gloosh. He only used the leg sweep. But at least he's giving him a proper honorable duel, which I do like to see. Gonna be the Fury Warrior finally getting a chance to play versus Incap. We'll see which one of those two comes out on top. That thing does look really good though. Look at that thing. And you got even the tail. You got like the glowy effects on your tail too. You got horns and stuff. A big old flag in the back. Wait, it's like a horde flag, but it's like burning a little bit. Yo, that looks sick. Look at that thing. Oh my god, even got like a little bit of a burning effect happening. Your weapons match it, sorta. Stormbolt into Incap. Big blast out of the Fury Warrior, getting Incap to low and half health in less than 2 seconds. Oh my god, this Fury Warrior burst is out of control. Fury onto Incap. They got nothing. Execute away. Wait, maybe does he get to do it? It's going to be Incap porting out, trying to see if he can reduce some of the damage taken. Big karma to follow versus Grook, and the Grook has a backup for just a second. Does he get another Stormbolt? He needs to stop Incap from getting any kind of healing. There goes the charge, trying to deny him any kind of heals whatsoever. If you got a Stormbolt to break that defensive Fury, that'd be perfect. Maybe another leap. Incap with no help whatsoever. Even did the borrowed power health. He did the borrowed health trick too. With the Battle Masters. Stormbolt around the corner. Grook, does he get to approach him? No! Ring of Peace, no! It actually kept him away. Just a little bit of Ring of Peace just kept him booping back. If Grook can get himself another big charge over his Incap, he'll be in a fantastic spot. That's all he needs. Mounting up. As Incap rotating through all their defenses. Mounting up as well. This is where Grook, if he has a leap charge, ooh, may just have him Incap by Incap. Does he get to do anything in the true disarm? I think the man can still kill him with just his fists. No weapons, just his fists. Potentially could still do it. Vivify's out for Incap, looking for recovery. Got a Leg Sweep this time around, so Grook better be extra careful. Leg Sweep is going to be deadly. Lexi does have a strongbow to cover his approach. In cap, I don't know if he's got a trinket. Oh, big damage out of the Fury Warrior though. My goodness, that was exciting. Yeah, that was good. I love that. Yo, let's get more of that, man. Yo, Glitch, well done, by the way. Well done. Chat, I got a question. Should we ban rogues like we did last week or no? What would you guys rather see? Ban rogues for the night? Because last week we banned, we ended up banning rogues on the EU, and more people got a chance to play. And then we did the same thing on NA, and a lot more players got to play the game. I feel like rogues are really, really strong, but what do you guys think? A rogue too hard of a counter for everybody else? Because if a class is that hard of a counter, it's a class that hard of a counter. I'm not against trying stuff. But if you guys don't really care, we can just keep it rolling. You guys have to run for his life more often? I guess so, to a degree. But every time he gets a stun lock, every time he gets a kill shot lockdown on somebody, it is highly, highly effective. Highly effective. Jesus is ready. Brizzazz, let me know if you're ready. We'll get another one going. Or if you guys want to switch out the teams a little bit, we can do that too. If you guys want to get a bit of variety in the teams. Let rogues play? Okay, unless I see like chat overwhelmingly say, yeah, ban rogues. I'm for one more. Okay, cool. And then I can maybe take over the group and get more boys in here. Sounds good, Breezazz. Let's get you guys into a... What's a good arena? Nagrand? Just a Nagrand. A good old classic Nagrand. I do want to get you guys into Mugambala. We never get to actually do Mugambala, so I do want to try that at least at some point. I do want to get as many games as I can tonight, though. I'm having a lot of fun with these. And I believe I saved all of these, right? There's the new one, there's the older one. Let's save the older one and we should be good to go. Just have Rogue goes last later. Could put Rogue on the cleanup duty, that's true. We could potentially put Glitch on a cleanup duty. Like if the rest of the team 1 just gets blasted, the Rogue goes in and just cleans up. We could do that as well. It's up to you though, boys. It's really up to Glitch. Glitch decides, you know what, I do want to participate. I want to do the roles. I don't want to go last immediately. But Glitch did take the cleanup duty before. He did kind of agree with like, okay, that's kind of fair. Especially last week when Rogue was just like, you know what, one shot guaranteed, no one could really stop you. It's like, okay, damn, but it just makes it a little bit more interesting for him, you know, just makes it a bit more of a challenge at the very least. Alrighty, switch. Got ourselves a BDSFG. Oh my goodness, a little bit of purple, a little bit of red. Wait, you have like a mix and match of red and purple, or is that just a full set? I can't tell. No, that must be like a mix of red or mix of purple. That's such a weird mix of colors though. Or maybe it's mostly red but just the shoulders are purple? Can't even tell. Gonna be Grook opening up first off versus BS. BD? We call it BD. BD taking a bit of damage off the bat though out of that Odin's Fury. That's going to be Warrior charging in, trinkets out of that stun, and BD just trying to see if he can delay him a little bit with those Chaos Novas. As Grook does burn in, big avatar, disarm, actually pummeling BD for just second out of that I-beam. Does go in for a metamorphosis into the second one, but it's going to be disarmed to wait for him. The man just burns immunity. Did do a bit of damage towards Grook though. Does have a bloodlet bleed on him. It's going to be the big Carrion Sigil coming down, but it's going to be able to get out of that Elysian Decree. Reflect out for Grook in case there's any kind of cast out of BD. BD trying to go for a big hunt, tries to still can reconnect. Is going to be able to. Grook may have to press the defensive here. Does he need to? Oh, he tried to see if he can hold on to it. He tried to see if he could hold on to it, but he couldn't quite do it. BD does end up taking him down with a big hunt, and the man has a metamorphosis. The man does not play the demon summon though, so he needs himself that Elysian Decree back as soon as possible in order to be able to get a little bit of health. Also, needs to maximize the damage versus Alistar. If he wants to get any kind of health recovery, definitely needs to use a blur here as soon as possible. Maybe in a bit of a tight spot, trying to see if he can avoid all these pets. Maybe he can avoid them long enough, but that army of the dead closing in on the left-hand side. Up and down darkness. Is it going to be enough for him, though? Trying to see if he can cleave and claw the souls out of Alistar. He has all of these forgotten, all these abandoned souls on the ground, but not enough to take him down. Jesus charging out next versus Alistar, who is just going to take his momentum, all of his cooldowns, into Jesus right after. Hits him with a quick blind, trying to see if he can waddle away with a Wraith Walk, but it's going to be going back over. AMS for Jesus, trying to see if he can cover the burst versus Alistar. AMS and IBF out of Alistar, so he's just tanking up as much as possible. Silence under Jesus. Potentially can make a play here with a silence. Big damage to the Alistar, though. Super low on health. She gets procking in. Dark Pact is the last bastion of defense. Maybe they'll help him alive, stay alive here. Jesus, IBFing, but it looks like Alistar will just be rotted down little by little. Gargoyle, the Armor of the Dead, the Mages of the Dead, all of them are just get pile driving cast back into the guy. Unless you get an AMS, not much you can really do about it. Skelliger going to be up next. Stun onto Jesus with a Sigil of the Flame. Driving into a big old I-beam. Blade Dance right after. Jesus tried to see if he can avoid him. Chain of Ice and walking away from Skell as fast as he can. Can Skell potentially catch up? The Chain of Ice is going to slow him down quite a bit. Demon Hunters are generally mobile, but they don't really have a way to break slows. Never have. So that is an advantage that Jesus could utilize. Got him so full summon of the army of the undead. Scale trying to see if he can avoid him. Charged out by the main pet. Gonna be flying up in the air. At least able to avoid some of the ghouls. But eventually as he lands, those ghouls are waiting for him. The main big pet is there to meet him. That's gonna be Jesus walking out with a couple of death ghouls. Metamorphosis by Scale. Does get himself the demonic summon. Is gonna be a haunt on top of it. Trying to see if he can get the demon to explode into Jesus. Mad heal for Scale. Mad healing out of this man. Does pick up the demonic soul. Jesus stunned up. Is gonna be cleaved down. Does get himself a death pact. Last bastion of his own defense with an AMS to follow. Got himself a big old A-bomb, but Scale, he just needs to find the right angle and then take down Jesus. That's all he needs. Can even maybe go for a couple of bloodlets. Big cleave onto the Death Knight. Massive blade dance to follow. Trinkets out of it and just continues to cleave right through the Death Knight. Does get him the glaive in. The glaive toss comes through him. Massive. What's up, Vlad? How you doing, man? What's up, Dan? How you doing, my man? Сегодня сложно демонологии контрагу. Да, demonology. Glitch is saying the demonology is kind of a hard counter for a rogue right now. Another demon heal. They did. They nerfed it by 60% Nico, and it's still really strong. They also nerfed the healing from Hunt and the damage of Hunt, and it's still very, very effective. Look at this guy. Antobodon trying to see if he can drop down a dome, trying to see if he can fight and live through Skelliger as he's just pelting down from above with all those chaos blasts. I don't even know what they're called. Fell bolts? I think so. Gonna be big grippy hand by Antobodon, locking down Skell with a back-to-back stuns from the main pet, but it's gonna be a quick immunity by Skell. Needs himself another demon summoned. May need to use a darkness right here. That's a lot of damage taken. Darkness coming down, could potentially go for a blur as well. But he's trying to see if he can maybe get some damage on Anton or the pet. Trying to see if he can get a demon to proc. If he can get a demon to proc right now, he may be okay. Trying to rush behind the pillar. Does he have any bleeds on the Anton? That's what he needs, is bleeds. It's something that gives him like constant damage procs. Because his demons can proc from any hits, any strike, and a bleed tick will do it too. Skell does burn himself a blur. Doesn't really have much to work with. Is going to go for a Shadow Meld for a second stun onto Anton. Does activate himself the I-beam for just a quick second. Blade Dance, Metamorphosis giving him a little bit of leech, but still trying to play it very defensive. Stun lock for a second. Anton may just have him here. Trying to see if he can carve right through him. Is going to be someone in Army of the Dead as the Apocalypse comes through him. Does end up taking him down with Unstoppable charging out next as Elemental Shaman. Doesn't want to give Antobodon much of a play here. Big lava burst to follow. Meteor coming down, blasting him out of the game completely. As Anton trying to see if he can find himself some cover behind the pillar. Knocked out in the open. Does go for an AMS, so there's no roots to follow. Because sometimes Shamans can go for a root with a knockback. Big Ascendance out of the Unstoppable. Maybe able to drop down Anton. Rooting him out in the open. The man is sitting duck trying to see if he can slam through the totem. Get himself whatever resources he can in order to survive this go. As Unstoppable got lightning in his hands. Is ready, charged, ready to blast at Anton. Can he do it though? Stunned by the Death Knight. Got himself the Death Pact to give himself a bit more health to work with. Big blasters out of Unstoppable. As Anton got himself massive defense. He's ready for it. Maybe he can live this? Massive heal at least. AMS is there ready. So maybe he could use that AMS and the AMZ to give himself like a big overlap of defense. Got himself the procs of Spell Ward and giving him a bit of cover from magic damage. But the shields are getting cracked through very easily. That green egg has got her surrounding him. Just goes cracking very quickly. Unstoppable trying to go for a bit of recovery. Looking for heals. Healing is still pretty good right now for Unstoppable. Mad Lava Burst is going to come through. He just needs more procs for Lava Burst. Ruining the Death Knight out in the open, but the blind is going to stop for just a second. Gives Unstoppable a bit of a breather, but the man is still under a ton of pressure. IBF to follow. Got grippy hand up and running. Unstoppable looking for that escape. Got himself Ghost Wolf. But can you walk away from him? Root not gonna stun the death that I don't stun. Maybe able to lock him down. Army that it joins in. And Shaman, I'm trying to see if he can come in all in. Is it gonna be turned around by the Shaman? Or does the death that take him? Try to see if he can claw right through him. And I think he may just have him. That's gonna be a Dwarven ratio for just a second. Try to drop down a stun totem and give himself a heal. But that was not enough. Anton was able to take him down. That was a close one. With Anton facing versus the Rogue. You got a trinket. I don't think he's gonna do it. He decided to trick it at the last second, didn't you? I think he was trying to do that. I think it's like literally what he was trying to do. I mean, Incap is basically dead now. He just took that momentum of Death Knight damage into the monk. And I think Incap is just dead. Your camera's all kinds of weird too. That's unfortunate. Does it give him a chance? He gives him a wave. He wants to give him kind of a chance to sort of play the game. Oh no, he's just dead. He's like, you know what? Kill me. I think he's ready for the execution. Is that what he's asking for? Yeah, I think that's literally what he's asking for. He's like, alright, I want you to get a chance. But you're the last one. Are you just gonna give up? Just like that? Oh my god, Gloosh. Wait, maybe no. Just give Incap a false sense of safety. Vanish to follow. Does put himself kind of very, very low health. Maybe you just want to get the monk an opener. He's like, you know what? You get the opener on me. Normally I get the openers on you guys. But this time you get the opener on me. The camera's so bugged. Try to flex on him. Oh my god, the BM out of Gloosh. Oh my goodness. Kidney shot. Unless Incap has an out. Secret technique just burning right through you. Kiosk is the last one left over on team 1. Can he potentially do this here? Gloosh is kind of licking his wounds. If you could pick up the eyes right now, you could potentially get the rogue. The eyes are up on either side, but do you just stick back and wait with the freezing trap? Or do you charge out for one of the eyes? That is the question. Which one of those two do you do? This rogue is insane. He is nutty, man. Gloosh just led the monk in the opener on him and just turned it around on him completely. Gloosh is just, I mean, he's really good. Don't get me wrong. Gloosh is really, really, really good. But the class also is also really, really good right now. So when you get a decent player, a really good player, on a great class, I mean, just unstoppable. Just playing with his food? Basically, yeah. Basically. I feel like it's gotta be him a little bit. But, I mean, it's, I don't know. Some people gonna like it, some people don't. Cheap shot onto Kioskum. Does he go for the big secret technique? Try to go in for the big slam. The daggers are the ready, but the freeze trap stops him in place. Oh my god, I do like some of the freezes. Some of the freeze frames you guys do. When we get hit with an incap or with a freezing trap. Kiosko avoiding the Gloosh for just a second, letting the pets and the death shock do a bit of work. Does go for the ship onto the pet, and the pet still can reach ya. I feel like this pet has a bit of a longer reach, doesn't it? I think Jikun has a bit of like a longer melee. Gonna be a butting shot as he goes in for a kidney shot onto Kioska. Is gonna have to delay his bursts by a hair. Oh, another freeze trap on the cheap shot. Wait, maybe Kioska can turn it around here. Because Gloosh, I mean, is doing work, but so far Kioska has been able to counter his burst. And Gloosh is kind of low. Kill shot of the ready. Got himself a vanish. Not sitting in a flare, but the next trap could potentially get him. Charge trap putting you out in the open. Wait, you just go down. Grenade to follow. Does go for a resell for just a second. Flare out in the open. Stun. I think it may be over. Does Kioska finally take him? My goodness. Kill shot. Cheat death. He does have evasion. Oh, I was gonna say. I was like, it's gonna live, right? It's totally gonna live. But Anton does get some kills. Gloosh playing with his food. But at the end, the rogue did go down. Although he did play with his foot a lot, though. Oh my god. Let's get another one going, boys, yeah? I'm enjoying these. Brizaz is probably going to be out, so I'm going to take over for his group. So maybe we can get some variety in the groups. Swap out a couple of boys, get some new fresh blood in here. Brizaz, you're done, yeah? I'll say for one more. Okay, let me know if your team is ready. Let me know if your team is ready, because these are really fun. Let's try the Mugambala Arena, chat. I want to try the Mugambala Arena. I feel like we're going to get a game where the rogue or the monks are just going to utilize the middle pillar and the stairs to kind of cheese reset some people. But we'll see. We'll just give it a go. We'll give it a go. Mugambala. Mugambala. I almost never run into that arena in actual, like, rated. But aren't arenas also on a rotation, chat? Like every single week, like the arenas that you get to play are on a rotation, or am I wrong on that? Didn't they add that this season? Or is that like Or is that for later? Like every week you get like a different arena or different set of arenas, so you don't really run into like same ones. Except for Nokudon, that's like the only one that stays. And a handful of like basic ones like Nagrand, which is a pretty balanced arena. Or am I wrong on that one? I don't know if I saved any of these. Maybe resaving them, but it's okay. Here we go. And I need one more. Dude, Unholy Death Knights, it feels like they're doing a little bit better with the recent buffs. But it's like, not quite enough to like make them overpowered or anything. Which, I do wonder if like any of you guys are playing the Execute build. Because I don't know, like it's really difficult to plan for Executes around on Holy DK, but the Execute damage has been increased greatly for them recently. So I do wonder. BD is going to be first up versus Unstoppable, already hitting him with a couple of Frost Shock. Unstoppable trying to see if he can get a leg up onto BD. Does the man, I think he just wanted to go for a bow. I think he just wanted to go for like an honorable duel. Looks like Unstoppable is kind of giving him a bit of a bow here. Potentially. Looks like somebody was also DC'd on Team 1. BD's just taking a lot of damage though. He's just taking all this hits. Does maybe Unstoppable want him to go back and like reheal or something? Potentially? No, just gonna go in there. Gonna be that I-beam with a stun to follow. Does get himself a big blade dance with a Kyrian to go. That's gonna be actually, I think, a Runo to BD. Maybe in a bit of trouble right now. Trying to go for a knockback, but the Demon Hunter was able to counter it with a glide. Yeah, by a big I-beam. Interrupted. Unstoppable trying to go for a damage of his own. BD with a quick hunt. Can he turn this around? Interrupted Unstoppable on nature. As the man goes in for a bit of a bolster of health with the Battle Master Trick and BD rooted out in the open with a Hex to follow, trying to see if he can walk away from Sigil of Fear. Does still get hit. It's going to go for a Trinket. I don't know if you're playing into a Tremor, but if you're at Tremor, that's where like a pre-Tremor would have been amazing. BD with an immunity, as expects, big blast on Unstoppable, was able to avoid at least one of those Storm Bolts. Or Stormkeeper Lightning Bolts, which I guess you could call it a Storm Bolt in a way, yeah? But he's able to avoid at least one stun around the corner, trying to utilize that Kyrian Sigil in order to give him a little bit extra resources. Does pick up a bunch of souls that he could use to maybe get himself a bit of healing. Catches up a little bit of those. Again, that glide for the knockback, able to deny how far he goes, but he does get rooted either way though. Going to be a bit of a blade dance as he tries to see if he can back up out of that totem, using the eventual treat to give himself immunity, but the last one does catch him out in the open. So far, Unstoppable built under a ton of pressure. Stunned by BD, using that glide every time he gets knocked back. Using it well, too. Anytime he sees knockback, he has a glide for it immediately to try to see if he can reposition. Try to see if he can establish that aerial dominance. Very well done. As it's going to be double glaive thrown out by BD. It looks like he's going to back up away from Unstoppable for just a second. As the Shaman gets himself a chance to recover. For BD, that is an opportunity to recover some cooldowns. So you could potentially get himself a full stun. Maybe that Sigil, the Elysian Decree, could be up very, very soon. Stun onto Unstoppable. Trying to go for the Elysian. That's going to give him a lot of souls to recover. And that's going to give a bit of recovery, a bit of health. I wonder if he's playing for like a soul-focused build. Where every time he carves out of Unstoppable, like every time he hits him with a Chaos Strike, he could carve souls out of the guy. Fire Elemental join in. Meteor crashing down. Lasso into BD. Man could be in trouble. Gotta be I-beam. Trying to recover as much health as he can. Looking like he's going to turn the damage around. Oh my god! He turned it around onto Unstoppable. I can't believe it. May have to go for a bit of an eventual retreat away from Grook. Grook with a Stormbolt. Naga lets you escape. Looking for that X-Kit as he going for his Shadow Meld. May have to go dropping on Darkness. Trying to avoid the warrior the best he can. Darkness is going to be enough though. Trying to hope that Darkness helps you out. Ah, Darkness was helping to avoid majority of the warrior's attacks. But as soon as one goes through, you go down. That is rough, man. That is rough. Darkness was in your favor too. That's unfortunate. But when you're that low and the warrior charges at you, there's not much ways to escape that, is there? You're going to be up next, going for a bit of a Battle Master or Berserker stance. Shuai is fighting the pet. Swapping between stances for warriors is going to be extra important. You do reduce your damage by quite a bit. But whenever you have big cooldowns ready, definitely go into battle stance. Defensive stance while he's walking towards Kioskum. Wants to use that in order to cover his approach. Stun, as he can't really do much. Defensive stance is perfect here in order to give himself a little bit of a break. Stormbolt onto Kioskum to switch stances. Got himself aggression. That's going to be switch stances. Trying to maximize the damage. Reflect is up in case there's a freezing trap waiting for him. Not going to be able to sit that stun for too long. Stormbolt. Or was that Stormbolt into Kioskum? Or just a disarm? Might have just been a disarm. Drew kind of low on health though. Main to go for Bloodthirst heals off of the pet as much as possible. I wonder if he's playing a Bloodbath build with this one. Or if it's like the Bleed Warrior build, because there's a couple of them now. A couple of those Bleeds builds, or a couple of the Bloodthirsty oriented builds. Does end up killing the pet though. Does Kiosko realize he doesn't have a pet anymore? So you can't really stop the Warriors go. You can't stop his crits. The Warrior got himself Reflect in case of freezing trap waiting for him. You can't even go for a pet stun. Does go for a coordinated assault, but the pet isn't there to empower your attacks, Kiosko. You can still use skill shots, but they're not empowered. They don't do bonus damage. There's going to be a freezing trap waiting for him with a steel trap. Maybe the Warrior has a Blaze Storm. He does not. Actually, no Blaze Storm for Fury anymore. They only have Ravager. I forgot. If Grook has a Reflect, oh, if only he had a Reflect there. Kiosko looking to escape. We'll need to summon up a new pet. My goodness. Definitely needs to go summon a new one. Has there been a BM or remember these duels? One first duel near Oni with, I think Keg? No, not Keg. It was, man. I'm really bad with names. Var was in with BM. But yeah, we haven't seen MM or BM much here. Most of the survivals with Kiosko. And there's also another survival hunter earlier too. I'm really bad with names. I'm so sorry if I forget your name. Steel Trap, Sappin, Grook in his tracks. He's gonna make it harder for him. Hunter reloaded, the start was kind of bad for me. All good, my man. All good, all good. Suck 2 was pretty hard to play, even though you know, if you know much, you have CC. It's pretty hard to play, even if you know you have much CC. I suck with sub. Yeah, it's a rough spec, man. It's a lot going on. It's a very CD-oriented spec, and CC, like if you're new to PvP, there's definitely an overwhelming amount of crack control you could do. Big stun to Kiosko. Mad damage just unleashing the full go. Has a Reflect because there's a freezing trap waiting for him. Doesn't get hit with a binding shot. Kiosko no health whatsoever. Charging now and freezing trap. Oh, that's no. He's still bleeding out though. Kiosko could go down. Is the bleed off yet? Are you still bleeding or not? Man, if only Grook had delayed that Reflect just by a hair, I think it would have been just fine. Steel trap waiting for him. Does avoid it. He knows that Kiosko has to be somewhere nearby. Just picking up the eyes. Doesn't want to look for him. Doesn't want to guess. Just supposed to be able to find his target and get on target as soon as possible. Going out towards the other side of the pillars, Kiosko using the camo as well as movement speed in order to stay away. Grook does see him, but the steel trap is going to clamp on his feet, which is super unfortunate. Is at least able to mount up. That doesn't put him in combat, so it's very, very helpful. Kiosko with the charge trap around the corner. Grook with the defensive. Pet attacking him is going to be a charge trap slowing you down. Good to start doing burning damage to the pet, generating some resources off of it. Steel trap. Oh no, he knew there was a trap there. But he did pop a Reflect in case it was going to be a freezing trap. He's going to switch around and start doing damage into the pet instead. Kiosko may have to pull the pet back, give it a bit of a heal, but does mean maybe put himself out in the open. We'll also try to put Grook out in the open. Stuns him from a distance. Doesn't want to close the gap, but he's willing to send out as many grenades as bombs as possible. There's going to be traps around the corner. Maybe potentially big damage on a Grook. Stormbolt onto Kiosko. Does go for the Odin's Fury. Does he Reflect available? May need to Reflect right here in case Kiosko goes counter-offensive. Does he Reflect? Does someone to Kiosko? Wants to get defensive, but he knows he can't throw down a freezing trap on him just yet. Now, potentially could be perfect. It does get to do it. Grook has a trinket for Fear onto Kiosko. I think the man still has a trinket. Unless he uses a human ration to break out of stun. Mad Odin's Fury right after. My goodness, the man may just be melting down. I think it's over. Oh! And Grook does end up burning right through him. Look at that man. He's literally on fire. With Incap going to be next. Stuns him with a Stormbolt. Doing quite a bit of damage in the stun. Lexi up on the Grook. Does have a defensive. May be able to survive through the defensive. Does get hit with the disarm, which is super unfortunate. Still needs to go for a Bloodthirst off of Incap. That or he has a second window. That or the man is running second wind and you'll be able to get a lot of recovery. Does he run second window? That is the question. Big heal. This is where the monk realizes, wait, second wind is giving him a lot of healing. 40% dampening is going to reduce some of it, but you need to get ahead. You need to start zapping him. You start doing anything you can to just keep the guy in combat. My goodness. Oh no. Incap trying to see if he catch so he begins to win. Everything Stonebolt by the Warrior still played it defensively. Is able to break out of the Incap fairly easily, but can he walk away from Fist of Fury? There goes the leap. Does Incap commit damage here? Does not have anything, no Surrention, no nothing. So used everything already early on versus Grook. Does Grook have any survivability right now? Trying to go for a bit of Odin's Fury, but I don't know if it's enough. Disarm to follow. Maybe the monk will have him. Reflect up. Grook needs a heal, but Incap does end up capitalizing on the fact that the man is low. Does end up taking him out. And Grush is going to be, I think, up next versus Incap? He is. Is he going to give him at least an auto duel? Or let him get the opener? Potentially? Is that what they're doing again? Yeah, I feel like you always take Glue takes it always easy onto Incap, man. Always gives him a go. Always plays it easy with him. There's gonna be a maybe potentially big damage. Yep, there goes Lexi. Just let him get up opener. Mad damage out of the monk. Does he get to do it? She does for Glue available. It's gonna go for a vanish. That was a lot of damage out of the monk. Kill the shot by Gloosh. In cap, I don't think they have a trinket. Yeah, secret technique. Man, that's secret technique. I thought maybe he didn't have it, but he did at the very, very end. That's a rough one. He even gave me the opener. Man, that's rough. Rogue, does he go for Shadow Step? He knows the Death Knight is right next to him. Cloak of Shadow is available. I think he saw him for just a second. He knows he's kind of nearby. Man, having the platform, having the like stairs and ramp up top, that is a little bit weird for 5V5 1 Duels. That's usually why we don't do this arena, is because this area right here, this ramp and all that, that helps rogues, helps pharaohs and monks usually too much. So at some point we rotated that out of the duels. I like the arena, I like the design. It just, that one part right there, it's great for 2s, great for 3s, but it's not great for 1v1 specifically. But it's going to be good to chill in stealth, recuperating as much health as possible, getting all the cooldowns back until they have maybe like a Cloak of Shadows. Does have a A-bomb spawning in. Anton kind of either saw him or he guessed. I think he did go for the eyes, but I don't know if he picked them up. Evasion up for the rogue is going to go for a quick blind. That's going to be the Army of the Dead clawing at Gloosh. Can Anton be done reverses though? Looks like he may actually have a decent go versus Gloosh, but his health is not doing great. Next kid shot is going to be deadly. Does not have a trinket for it, so definitely needs to go for as much recovery as possible. Smoke bomb by the rogue. That or stun lock the rogue before he gets to go. Big kid shot does have some cheat death. But I think it's over. Secret technique is going to take it down. Does go for a dark back weight. Maybe give him a little bit more health. Is it going to be enough to take down the rogue? The rogue with a shadow step. Just to make sure he gets that eviscerate right through the armor. Just goes through in between the plates. Cheap shot into Jesus. But Gloosh has nothing left unless he can get himself a vanish very, very quickly. Jesus may just be able to take him. Gouge, the pet joins in. That's going to be root onto Gloosh. Few seconds until advantage is back up. I think it's over. Yeah, there's no way, unless somehow he lives it. There's no way you live it. Cloak at the ready. What the hell is this? No way, dude. The rogue just escaped. Oh my god. Like at the very last second, cheat death gave him enough survivability. Where I think Jesus thought, okay, well, the rogue is dead. I don't need to put any more pressure. But honestly, with the cheat death, you just need to put in more pressure. You just need to keep pulling in. Just keep pushing. He's gonna cheat it. Don't let him. Don't let him out of his sight. Don't let him out of your grasp. But it's gonna be Jesus picking up the eye. He knows more or less where the rogue is at. Sending out the pets, so the pets are gonna give him like a tell where the rogue is. The gold giant's in. He's gonna be able to charge out. He doesn't power the main pet. Gloosh potentially could shadow step. He's gonna shadow step away from the main pet, blinder to Jesus, so you can at least avoid the main pet while dealing with the Death Knight. He does have dots on him. He does have diseases rolling on him. But he's mostly able to evade Jesus. My goodness. Oh my. The fact that the rogue got to escape from Jesus, I mean, good for him, but it's just ridiculous. My goodness. If Jesus loses this, that would be actually super, super unfortunate. That would be unfortunate. When you had the rogue right in your grasp and then just let it slip. But that's a rogue's view, man. Slippery. Eyes not available for either one. Yeah, not either side of the arena. So literally, you could just wait out until you got everything. How does Jesus look in here? Invigorating shout-out does go burr. It is really, really strong, man. It is super, super good. It gives you so much cooldown reduction. Especially if you can just sit in stealth and wait until those things are back up. Just vanishes. It's just nuts. It is really, really, really strong. I do wonder if they'll nerf it. I don't think Invigorating Shadow Dust was really that big of an issue back in SL. But now that sub has 2 vanishes, I wonder if they'll consider like adjusting the effectiveness of that talent. Because I'm fine with it doing good in PvE. What is it, 20 seconds or 10 seconds of CD chat? Because if it's 20 seconds, that seems like quite a bit. Sap on Jesus. The man's got every defensive available here. So it's actually an equal match. Both of them are walking into it with cooldowns. Just Gloosh does not have a cheat death anymore. But it's going to be down to whoever has the cooldowns better. And Jesus is going to go for a blind really early on, taking a bit of damage. IBF used very early on though. As the disarm comes through, Gloosh trying to maybe capitalize off of the disarm, stun onto the rogue, does go for a trick, and dome coming down. Jesus got himself the dark bag, but he can't really heal through dark bag right now. So Gloosh pressing the offensive, may just be able to take him here. Gonna be a trinket out for Jesus really early on, trying to see if he can walk away from Gloosh, but does end up being taken down. That is super unfortunate. Gloosh with 3, Grook with 2. If you're were popping off. 20 and probably 15 due to Shadow Dale's nerf. Yeah, I do wonder what it what the tooltip reads now. Or how it works in PvP. After that match, I wanted to invite you. No one taking lead from our group. Okay, yeah, I'll do it. I'll take care of it, Brizaz. Yes. Yes. I can take over. We can get a +1 for Brizaz, or however many people leave, we can maybe redo But yeah, get me in here. We get a +1, and we should be good to go. Hopefully. EU 59? 59? Yeah, 59. Oh, 59. Okay, okay. Alrighty. Brizaz, thanks so much for joining, my man. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. We'll see you next stream, yeah? You're always welcome to hang out on the stream, by the way, my guy. Okay, boys, we need a +1 over for the team. Not Jesus. One more, man. Uno más, uno más. And Skelliger is gonna be BRB. Okay. Who of you do I have added here, boys? I guess I have Glush added, don't I? I guess I have Glush added on Real ID. So worst to worst, I can make Glush lead. And then take care of that. But yo, if you guys want to join in, Redgar, let's go, my man. But when season goes on, because Shamans are a big disadvantage with 0 Versa. Fair enough. Need one more, but I found him. He already in shuffle and something. Okay, okay. Let me know when ready. So we got Redgar in here, which is perfect. We have Alistair, we have Skell, we have Glush. I guess I make Glush league for this one. Just because I need somebody on my real ID. So I'm going to hang out with this group in case somebody dips. We're waiting on Jesus to get a +1. Waiting on the other group to get a +1. Then we are good to go. We'll give it a second. Hi friends, what's up, Basic? How you doing, man? Сколько еще будем играть по времени? Я не знаю, я думаю, будем играть пока нравится. Skull, I have a contract. Oh, okay, I can also make Skull lead. That could work. You can quit if you want. Okay, okay, I can make Rook lead then. Awesome. How you doing, Basic? Sasha's dog to yell. To do the yell. It's like, I'm tired of you, Rogue. I'm tired of you. Yo, Gloosh. Yo, Gloosh. You want to play some Outlaw? Chat. Would you guys like to see Gloosh play some Outlaw? Gloosh, Sasha, как тебе Outlaw? Как тебе Пират Рог? Как тебе? Можешь Пират Рог чуть-чуть? How about some Outlaw? Because subtlety, you do well, but I want to see how well you do as an Outlaw. You know what I mean? Actually, wants to join in? My God, we have boys that want to join in, but we only have so many groups. Короче, играет так сабам. Так сабам. Auto и мути помойка на Outlaw и мути... Ну давай! He said they are garbage in 1v1. The other two specs are garbage in 1v1. Gloosh only plays sub. The other ones are garbage. Any good pumpers on EA up to not new you? Out to watch or what? Yeah, plenty. Basic. Lots of rogue stuff. But we also have the Shaman coming in, the Warrior popping off, the Demon Hunters, man. The Demon Hunters are doing work. Demon Hunters are doing work. One? Okay, okay. They're looking for one more on Team Jesus. Jesus said they've got a guy that's in, what's it? They got a guy that's in solo queue, but they're waiting on him to get out of solo queue and they can get him in. Yeah, Budu. He's gonna be a mannequin if he plays the other ones. He's gonna be a training dummy if he plays the other specs. Oh no. Oh no. So we're waiting for Jesus. Once you get a +1, we'll be good to go. Jesus, we have other dudes in the groups, man. We have Spell Hero and Execute that could join in. Could someone join the other group and take one guy here? We can. Jesus is just waiting for a +1. Jesus, you just want to take like Spell Hero or Execute by chance? Because we can get him in here, man. We can get one of them in here. Because you got plenty of dudes here. Because I can get you guys... I can open up the group and get one of them in, Jesus, if you want me to. Good rogue now, too. His outlaw? Okay, okay, okay. You got good rogue and his outlaw. Interesting. I am interested. I think I know who it might be. Grook, making your lead. Making Grook lead. Here we go. And delisted. We're good. Alright, let me get you guys in. Grook, can you whisper me on Real ID real quickly? Just whisper me anything. Just on Real ID. Just so I have your name exactly. Because I know it's, No, I don't know what it is, actually. I saw it for a second earlier, but I don't remember it. It's, I think it starts in the letter L, I want to say. That's about the best I got. I don't do that on purpose, chat. I am really, really bad with names. Really bad with names. It is... It is... I gotta look it up. I'm gonna have to look it up. Lunatic. 5. What arena do I throw you guys into? I forgot to give lead. Rogue got it. Oh. That's my bad. Galoosh. I thought I gave you lead. I swear to God I clicked past the raid lead. Damn. I'm sorry about that then. Galoosh, can you pass lead to Grook the warrior? Galoosh, die Grook lead. Die warrior lead. Please. Do you celebrate Christmas, Dal? I do celebrate Christmas, Adam. I do celebrate Christmas. I got a Christmas tree and everything. Although it doesn't feel like the holidays this season. I feel like last year it actually felt like, you know, like the holidays. This year it doesn't really feel like the same way. But it could be because I'm just like so sleep deprived. I just haven't been sleeping at all. I'm working on videos ever since summer of what's it called? Summer of Dragonflight Alpha and Beta. And then for me, like, summer flew by, September flew by, October flew by, November flew by, and December really flew by. So, yeah, I do want to fix my sleep schedule at some point. It is just impossible. Oh, it feels like impossible. It's good? Okay. What are we gonna do to cue you guys into? Because Hook Point was fine, Rook I like a lot, Dalaran 2 was okay. Have we done Lordaeron? We'll do Lordaeron. I haven't done Lordaeron at all, so we'll see how that goes. By the way, boys, thanks so much for joining in, man. I appreciate you all for hanging out. This has been really, really fun. I do love the variety, though, and I feel like these games haven't been super crazy on variety. Krongzu, my man! I know! I love Krongzu! Krongzu is insane! Krongzu was nutty back in SL. My goodness, I think this man and Outlaws is so much better right now in 1v1, and I guess in PvP in general. I feel like that spec could really, really work. Alrighty, let's get my man Krongzu in here, boys! Did I save this one? Tell me I saved it. You have EU 60, 59? I think, yeah, I'll just save it. I feel like I have so many duplicates now, but it's okay. I'd rather say twice than just like forget to record it, and then I have to rip the audio from stream, and then it doesn't sound good when I have I can't control it nearly as well in terms of volumes. The Twitch. We got ourselves BD. Not first up, but one of the people on the team. We got Incap got on that team as well, with Gamer back in action with Krongzu, and it's going to be Angel, but not first up versus Skelliger. Skelliger trying to see if he can fight the Death Knight versus the Demon Hunter. The A-bomb climbing over the tombstone. As he flying up in the air, he's going to get York back down to the ground, bringing him, grounded the boy. Not letting him play the game at all. You don't get to fly. I know you got wings, but you ain't Evoker. You don't get to fly today. Try to see if he can charge right out. See if he can potentially get out of this. Stone Hunter enter, but done as the Demon Hunter tried to turn around with an I-beam charging out as he gets interrupted. Blur is used really early on. So Demon Hunter is already rotating some of his cooldowns. Hasn't used Metamorphosis just yet, but maybe thinking about using it. AMS up for Anta, but done. Trying to see if he can give himself a defensive just to cover his aggression. Just so he can keep rolling over Skelliger without worrying about a CC, without worrying about anything stopping him. IBF, AMS already were used up. May potentially be dropping in a dome, and Skelliger taking a bit of damage. Using that immunity is gonna have to get counter-aggressive here. I think he's just been waiting for a demon to spawn in from time to time. Stun on the Skell, no check it out. Does he get to take him down right here? Army of the Dead joins in, stun to follow. It does go for the Metamorphosis. Is it enough though? Big hunt, looking to re-heal, but is it gonna be enough? Gonna be Anta, but done. Try to see if he can turn it around versus Skelliger. Big shit death by Anta, but done. Has an AMS as the manages barraging from above. And Anta, but done can't really go behind the pillar at all. He's just waiting for Skelliger to come down, maybe to take him down right then and there. Is it enough though? Skelliger is Shadow Melt. Does he have dots on him? He does have dots. Darkness may be able to give him some sort of ability. Yoinking him out of there. Blade Dance, retreating back into darkness. Looks like he wants to just go to the other side of the pillar, but the goal may be able to take him down. The A-bomb is going to put pressure. Skelliger able to actually claw back some health back from all those goals, but the main pet gets empowered. Stun from a distance onto Anton. Skelliger still cannot get a demon proc to save his life at all. It's just gonna get overpowered by the undeads, man. No demons for that man. That is so unfortunate. as Alistair gonna be up next. Anton just rotated quite a lot of defenses, maybe kind of limping away from this Anton, but Dunn does go in for an AMS immediately. Managed to drop down the AMZ as well. Alistair got the Army of the Undead with the Valkyrie joining in. Anton just looking to kite away from Alistair, because the man is charging at him, stun around the corner, as Anton just trying to see if he can just stop Alistair, let him take a bit of that range damage, because so far he's got himself one of his goals attacking and a Mages of the Dead just belting at Alistair the entire time. Anton could be in trouble though, dropping down the dome at no help whatsoever. AMS up for Alistair almost very soon. Anton needs to go for healing immediately, but man, just goes down. There's nothing he could do really. That is so rough. 10% dampening makes it a little bit harder for him to really go for a lot of healing. Dampening starting off that early. It's just rough. Big damage out of Incap. Goes for a trinket as soon as Alistair goes in for a quick blind. And oh my god, whoa. How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Disarm to Alistair. Big kicks for Incap God. Trying to see if he can take down the Death Knight very quickly. The man is already rotated into IBF as well as a Dark Pact. Not a lot left. Maybe could use the AMS, but Incap just putting so much pressure on him. The punches, the kicks. Oh, I don't think it was even a touch of death either. Can we get a hashtag woke in chat? My man, thank you so much, my man. Appreciate ya. Cutter spell the Pharaoh. Oh my god, I can't do it. Gonna be mad damage onto Incap, immediate karma onto Groog, but the man is just not deterred. He's just gonna stay on there. Big bleeds and massive output for Incap as Incap goes behind that one pillar, got himself ringing piece, pooping Groog into a corner. Doesn't let him play the game at all. Groog though needs an execute, quick charge. Oh, just sniping him out, intercepting the monk on the way out. With BD going to be up next, trying to see if he can get on top of Grook immediately. Stormball by the Warrior. Will need to use every defensive in order to recover versus BD. BD is playing a different build, not playing a demon build. He's playing a bit more of a guaranteed heal build, but the dampening ramping up until 16%. Groog better be very, very careful when he uses the defensive. There goes the commanding shout, gives him a little bit more health to work with. Reflect in case there's a stun by BD. Does give himself a little bit more reduction from the chaos damage, the magic damage. This is going to be going for a bit of self-heal, trying to go for bloodthirst back to back. Could break out of the sphere with a Zerker. This is going to be that Elysian Decree. Needs to walk out of it to reduce the arcane damage it takes. Stormbolt on the BD. Going to be a trick for BD with a haunt to follow. Groog is trying to see if he can leap out of there. Needs bloodthirst to follow. I don't know if this man's got much left though. He needs another heal right now, right there. I don't know if he's got a fear maybe potentially reflect up with a defensive stance. Is it going to be enough for him to survive this? Got himself a lot of damage reduction against the fire damage, the chaos damage, but I don't think the healing is going to be enough as BD just keeps cleaving right through him. Just slicing right through all that plated armor. With what looks like Glitch is going to be up next. Got himself the fireworks flowing in. Back to back. BD going in for a bit of a vengeful treat. While midair with the vengeful, he's immune to CC and reduces damage by like 75%. Big IBM double stun to Gloosh. Blade doesn't follow. Gloosh gets super low. It's going to be Darkness. Gloosh, maybe a portion of your damage is going to go into Darkness. Potentially BD, so hoping you get lucky. Some of the damage went to Darkness, but not all of it. There goes an immunity with a blind to follow. BD does not have a trinket. Gloosh may just be able to take him out right then and there. Just to get to do it. He could potentially get it done. It's going to be BD trying to see if he can avoid him. Blade dance to follow right after. Gloosh just trying to see if he can escape him. And BD, is it enough here though? Got himself the Elysian. That's going to give him a little bit of souls, but not enough. Fast enough. The souls just started rising from the ground on his screen, but he couldn't pick him up fast enough. Gamer up next. Stormbolt on the Gloosh. Immediate trinket out of the Rogue. Full bleeds onto the Rogue. He's not going to be able to escape this without being untouched. He does go into advantage, which gives him a little bit of a Soothe the Darkness heal. But the bleeds looks like maybe they have worn off of a Gloosh. Did they? Looks like they did. The bleeds are very short-lived for the Warrior. The Bloodthirst bleed, the Roar bleed, even the bleed from Odin's Fury. They don't last long. They do a lot of damage consecrated, but they don't last long unless you play into like a bleed heavy build. Which you know there's any DK buffs coming our way. They did recently buff the Unholy Death Knight for damage. But as of right now, we'll have to wait to see maybe what they announced Tuesday woke. But I could see them buff up Death Knight a little bit, like Frost DK in particular. I don't think Frost DK is bad, but it's like, I feel like Frost DK would benefit if they had like a Mortal Strike effect, you know what I mean? Like something, anything for PvP. But as of right now, nothing planned, I don't think. Shadow Blades out versus Gamer hit him with a gouge into Kid Shot secret technique in order to ramp up all that damage. Using the Dance Macabre. Every time you use an ability one set of dance, every new ability makes it do more damage. So you go for the gouge into a stun, that's already 20% more damage, or 12, because it's like 6% per stack in PvP. It is slightly reduced. Shadow Step by the Rogue, as Gamer couldn't quite stay on him as best as he could. No bleeds onto the Rogue, so the Rogue gets to go for a quick escape. Gamer does get himself lots of recovery. Kidney shot to follow. Gloosh try to see if he can take him down. Trinket for the warrior. That's going to be a bold move because now Rogue can control you. He does have a blind. So you could just go for a complete reset. Disarm onto the Rogue. That's going for full blaze. The Rogue with an evasion. Trying to see if he can avoid ya. Gloosh continuing to get the dots in, continuing to set up the burst, and eventually he's going to go for big goal versus Gamer. Quick fear by the warrior. Does he maybe get a Stormbolt here? Trying to see if he can go for an onslaught. Doesn't sit that stun long at all. I think Gloosh may have underestimated his kidney shot. That's a very, very DR kidney shot. That's going to be a big bleed onto Gloosh for a second. It's going to get him out in the open, but Gamer, can he leap over there fast enough? Leap it on top of him, but it's a shadow step by the Rogue. Oh my god, still out the open. The weapon going to keep him in combat. Stormbolt to follow, has a circuit for it, charge right after, get a shot to meet him. And Gamer may have enough health here to live this, unless Secret Technique does a lot of damage. Sheep shot right after, doesn't go enough damage. Oh my god, the eviscerates. They're so deadly. With Krongzu going to be up next. Gets it with a blind immediately. Can Krongzu bypass Gloosh? Gloosh is walking into this duel with not a lot of health real available. Krongzu trying to see if he can get him grapple hook with a blade. What is the Moggy got going on actually? What is that? He's got like a Reaper Mog. He's got himself like a helm, a cloak, a fist weapon, and a torch. That actually looks kind of neat. That definitely looks unique. Got himself Shadow Dance at the ready. He wants to go versus the Rogue. Shadow Dance is an outlaw. But he can't quite do it. That dance is going to be kind of into the wind, man. I think he wants to go for maybe a cheap shot onto Gloosh, unless he had a kidney shot ready. But he's going to have to wait a little bit longer. Maybe pick up another set of eyes. May just have to. He does realize that the Rogue could always go sapping him. He needs to find a way to get on top of Gloosh, maybe with a grapple hook. Doesn't know where Gloosh is at, though. He may be able to tell he's behind that cart. He's looking on the left, but he's not really looking on the right that much. He's trying to be very, very careful. But looks like Gloosh is going to be able to hide through that entire eye. Unfortunate. But it's going to give Gloosh, I think, a lot more of a cooldown reduction, which is where Krongzu, I think, needs to go in whilst it is alone. Warcraft doesn't look like one on the Reaper in Overwatch. It kind of does, doesn't it? It looks like he's like a torchbearer. And this, it either is a unique Mog or it's supposed to be like a cosplay of something. I'm not really sure what, but it looks cool. It definitely looks unique. That torch and the fist weapon and the helm and like the low fantasy, everything but the helm. Everything else looks kind of like plainish gear-wise. I like it though. Looks good. Honestly, I think Frosty's buffs, I'd say Paladin PvP needs buffs, but people just hate him Paladins. I even pre-ordered and somehow I almost died through it. I went pre-dark. Yeah, I know, right? It's kind of nutty. Darkness sometimes helps you with all the buffs and sometimes not. Gloosh feeling kind of confident, letting the Rogue get the opener. Going to be ambushed, cheap shot by the Rogue. Sepsis? Got himself a Sepsis burst. Gouge and a kidney shot. Going to be evasion with trinket with evasion for Krongzu. Blind versatile into Gloosh. Gloosh has a trinket though. Krongzu no longer has a trinket. Does he just go for resell? He may have to go for reset. Does get him in a blade flurry. Ambushes to follow. Cheap shot of Raptor is going to be a very, very short cheap shot. Double ambushes for the Rogue. Krongzu trying to see if he can make a play versus Gloosh. Gloosh has an evasion. But Gloosh also has a blind. Stun onto Krongzu. Does he get to survive this? I don't know if he's running cheat death. Maybe going down either way though. I think vanish at the last second. Does Gloosh find him? No. But it's going to be double ambush for the other Rogue. Krongzu goes in for, I think, massive shadow step. That or a grapple hook. Wants to keep Gloosh in combat as best as he can. Shadow, oh, vanish and a shadow strike by the sub-rogue to take down the outlaw. That's a rough one, man. That is a rough one. That's tough. How do you beat that? How do you beat that rogue? That's rough. Let's get another one going here, boys, yeah? If you guys want to get teams and maybe get a bit of variety in teams, we could always do that. Reform the teams. Get a couple fresh new blood in here. What do you think is a good main for PvE and PvP? Because I have no idea what's good in all aspects of the game. I'd say Rogue is doing pretty good right now. I'd say Warlock is also pretty decent as well. Maybe Demon Hunter, Warrior, especially if you're looking to play Protection or I guess Fury or Arms in PvP. Mages I'd say are pretty good too. Arcane is doing really well in all forms of endgame. Or can Rogues join now? I guess so, Dirks, yeah. Yeah, for this one. I asked the chat, like, hey, chat, do you guys still want Rogues? Or like, no Rogues tonight. They said, yeah, let him play. Yeah, let him play. So we're letting Rogues play if you want to join, Dirks. It dominated Season 1, Season 2, and still great for the rest of SL, but in DF, it doesn't feel good at all, but the community generally has a negative outlook of Paladins. Welcome to the first time? As a Rogue main, I'm like, first time? First time? Because that's how Rogues be, man. That's how it be for Rogues. Let's do... What arena do we do? The Grand again? Because we could do Toveron, but I feel like that's too big of an arena. Blade's Edge. I kind of like Blade's Edge. Let's do black, another rook, black rook hold, because I like rook. I like a rook. Elite Shaman would be fun to see. We had an Elite Shaman earlier, Adam. Actually, I'd love to put into RBGs. Go for it, my guy. Do whatever you like. We did see a Shaman earlier. Yeah, regret. I mean, I could probably put some videos out of like, hey, what's doing really well? Because now that we have some data, I feel like it's possible to make a list of like some of the classes that are doing really, really good at the very beginning of like SL season and plus. If you're looking to play an alt, you know what I mean? I also want to do one for solo queue. Now that we're able to get into solo queue, we're getting a lot of classes that are playing solo queue. We can collect a lot of data so we can kind of see like, okay, which classes are objectively doing really, really well in solo queue. Yeah, I'd love to. I think tonight I'm going to be taking a look at the class changes coming in 10.05 PTR or 10.05, the next patch. And then I think I want to do a guide, and then I'll be down to do like a best of video. I'm not against that. I just need to do a bit of research. Like I have an idea of classes, but I want to like double check. Make sure I got like the data to back me up here. Alrighty, boys. Let's get another one going here. Oh, okay. Krongza first. Let's go. Interesting. So Twitch. Gonna be Krongza first up. Already getting a couple of ambushes, pistol shots onto the pet of Redgar. Got himself the Sepsis. Trying to see if maybe the Sepsis could do a lot of damage. Got him back-to-back ambushes while Shadow dancing as an Outlaw Rogue. Shadow step towards Redgar. Doing quite a bit of damage though. Redgar is gonna have to find a way to stop the Rogue. He's gonna do a big blade rush. The poison does stick through. Wait, oh my god. Redgar almost died. He had a poison on him. That poison did tick out at the very last second. The Outlaw Rogue does not play into any kind of blades. Pistol shots. Oh no. Just banged him up with those pistol shots in the end. Didn't give the man a chance. The man does not play defensive. That's all he could do. Stormbolt and Krongza, seeing the warrior going for big damage, is going to trinket out of it. Seeing the full cooldowns coming out of him. Evasion, going to be potentially disarmed. Disarm was used. Blind. And Grug did try to see if he could put some bleeds on the Rogue. The Rogue has a grapple hook. Maybe he could kind of get an angle on the Rogue to get a charge towards him. Krongza with a quick pistol shot. Going in for a couple of ambushes. Kidney shot onto Grug. Every time he's a kidney shot, he's going to use it. As soon as the DRs are down, he's going to go for it. Killing spree. He's going to get a little bit of damage for him. Grug does burn a big defensive on a killing spree, which is not the strongest ability, but it does decent damage when you have nothing else to use, energy-wise. Double ambushes, man, are quite deadly, especially when they get crits. Gonna be Grug trying to go for a bit of damage. Odin's Fury Titan's grip. He got himself a big avatar already. It's gonna be kidney shot onto him. Grug, as Krongza trying to get a bit of extra damage towards the Fury Warrior. Disarm right after, as Krongza is going to take a few for just a second. Try to see if he can avoid Grug next. Stormbolt could be very, very deadly. Krongza doesn't have any more survivability left. He got a lot of pistol shots. And I think that's evasion on him too, but the Stormbolt is going to stop a lot of the evasion. Big sepsis onto Grug. That could do potentially a lot of damage. Grug trying to see if he can avoid it. This is where Krongza is burning grapple as well as Shadow Step. Big damage on Grug with poison. Oh! My god, sepsis actually does a lot of damage apparently. Skelliger charging out towards the Rogue, but a quick gouge gonna stop him in place for just a second. Does go in for a quick cheap shot to follow, grappling out of there, bailing out of the way from the man. It's gonna go for pistol 1, pistol 2, potentially gonna be a quick charge out by the Demon Hunter. Disarm to follow. Does say his own Infernal out the open. Cloak shot is for Krongza. Getting a kidney shot towards Skell. Does he have any defensives? He needs some kind of CC in order to get away from Skell. Does have a killing spree to like blast him out through all directions. Actually does a decent amount of damage. Is going to try to see if he can avoid him. Gouge unable to be hit. Double ambush does go through. This guy pistol shots. As long as he really got his ambushes and pistol shots. Try to see if he can just hit him from range. Does he gonna take him down? Blade rush. Oh my god, this Rogue. How are you still alive? Hold on. How are you still alive? What is this? The Outlaw Rogue, man. Look at this guy. Sepsis, huh? I haven't thought of using Sepsis at all, though. Interesting. Interesting. So you went like full-on left-hand side, didn't you? Sepsis and Blade Rush. Interesting. I do want to see what your build is. What did you sacrifice to go that far? Because you must have sacrificed something. I'm not really sure what, but you definitely did sacrifice something. Glitch going to be out in the open. Glitch is feeling pretty confident versus Krongza. He knows, like, you know what? It's an Outlaw Rogue. I don't think I can die here. Gouge. Krongza getting hit with a kidney shot. Good trinketed. Does go for a trinket. Evasion up and running immediately. Cheap shot towards Glitch. Big damage. Does he going to take him down? Blind. Glitch just survived it with a Battle Master's trinket. If he didn't burn him Battle Master's trinket, he might have actually died there. Krongza, does he get to escape? No. Sabbed by the Rogue. Does go for a Shadow Strike. Blind right after. He does not trinket it. He waits for kidney. He waits for kidney. Or cheap shot. Or cheap shot. Gouge by Krongza. Let's see if I go. A drone rush to the ready. Kid shot gonna be immediate trinket. Try to see if we can walk up from him. Kid shot by the rogue. I don't think Kronkza lives this unless somehow disarm. Oh, but but the was it Shuriken Storm is gonna take him down. He had no help whatsoever. That was so close, dude. That was insanely close. Big blade dance by BD, but Glish is gonna hit him with a gouge. Look at you. Huh? Hold on, Anton. Hold on a second, Anton. No, no way, Anton. Oh, you did not, dude. What is this? Okay. To give context, don't get me wrong. That was cheating. That was actually cheating. Anton actually cheated. But he's tired of Glish. Glish's been winning so many of these games tonight. He's so tired of him, he's gonna grip him. Oh no, Anton, don't do that. I know you don't like rogues, or Glish in particular in these duels, but man, you can't do that. You can't be doing that. Because you know he's gonna hit you with a cheap shot at some point. He's gonna devolve. My god, those BM. Alistair trying to see if he can survive through BD. Can he do it? Big Hunt charges from around the corner. BD trying to see if he can clean down Alistair. The man is just getting absolutely butchered right now out in the open arena. And BD, I think, goes, oh, just slices right through him with an I-beam. My god, you gotta be kidding me, right? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Krongsu. Anton. I'm disappointed with you. Don't do that, okay? Just don't do that. That was just... We gotta go again, man. We have to do one more. That was a quick one, by the way. The Rogue actually just... The Outer Rogue is doing really well, actually. Surprisingly well. As long as he doesn't have to face against Sub-Rogue. Did really well. Yo, Pharaoh, thanks so much for the dono. Good night, guys. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. Yo, can we get ask like Woke Pharaoh in chat? Appreciate you, my man. Bush League. Oh, seriously. Any lockmates out here? Karma? Oh my god, man. You know Karma's gonna get him, but unless you're saying like Rogue Karma. Because I don't think Rogue's ever been able to like stun somebody. He's gonna get you at some point, man. He's gonna wait until you're about to like win, and he's gonna cheap shot you, and it's gonna take your victory away from you. It's gonna happen. Like once you let those intrusive thoughts win, it stops everybody else from holding back their intrusive thoughts, man. It just stops everybody. It's just gonna be Wild West from now on. You can't do that. We have rules, man. Bush League, seriously. Все сложно не по... Все пошло не по плану. Да, он тебя, это, как его станом. Если у тебя не стан, все... Я думаю, все бы было хорошо. Все было нормально, но стан... Это, ну что можно? Ну что можно? The fact that Krongsu actually almost beat Flush, by the way, it was so close. I wonder if he had a Shadow Dance there off of that kidney or a cheap shot. I feel like the cheap shot would have let the Sepsis do damage. And then that would have been before Glish can go for like a Battle Masters. But at least he might have gotten his cheat death out of the way. Whenever someone pested on attack, you have to click someone to get them to attack. Shane, it may not be a bad idea to combine like a pet attack macro into any abilities here. Like Shadow Bolt and slash pet attack. So you would do like a macro, show tooltip so you can see the tooltip for your ability, slash cast Shadow Bolt, for example, and then enter for the next line, and then do slash pet attack, no spaces, pet attack, PETATTACK, and that should get your pets to like constantly attack the target you're Shadow Bolting currently. This way your pets should be, and you do that for Demon Bolt too. May not be a bad idea to do that for Demon Bolt as well. Starborn HA is not working for me anymore. Really? Okay, so you might just be bugged altogether then. You might just be more bugged than I expected you to be then. You might be actually borked. Who knows? Switch. In-cap God already getting stun locked by Glish. Gonna be secret technique pretty early on as I was trying to get my audio together. Glish is gonna dive in and vanish immediately. Actual proper vanish, not a shadow meld. I guess he sees that karma. He's like, you know what? That's where I burn a cooldown. But also, using that vanish, it does give that cooldown reduction on a lot of your other abilities, but now you don't have it, do you? Wait, you're running one dance, Rogue? No double dance? Oh no, you are running double dance. I was gonna say for a second. Gonna be a kinder shot onto in-cap. Big shadow strike, second technique, cheap shot. Let's take him out. Oh my god. He just went to AFK until he takes him out. Okay, we may have to ban sub-rogues. We may have to ban sub-rogues, chat. This is ridiculous. Didn't even give him a chance. Gonna be Anton up next versus Glish. Try to see if we can lock him down. Army of the Dead joins in. If you can keep this rogue out in the open. He is dotted up. Maybe if you can line up a Death Indicate behind that pillar, that may be able to get the rogue out in the open. Definitely want to keep him in combat as best as you can, as the rogue is going to go back towards his starting area. Does he still have any dots on him? No, I think he's clean. I think he's actually crystal clean. Trying to see if he can maybe pick up. The odds are not even up, so the Rogue gets himself a full proper re-stealth. And Shaman did commit an IBF versus Rogue, so that is a big cooldown already used. Defensive already done. And that's going to be killer shot, cheat death. Man, unless you trinket, it's just over. Blade dance right now for BD. Trying to see if he can stay in the air for as long as possible. Stun onto Glitch with an IBM right after. Trying to see if that'll be enough to cleave right through him. Stun to follow. I don't know if he was able to complete your hunt. I think maybe the hunt got delayed. But he's going to try to see if he can stay on the road. Cloak Shadows does get used. Try to go for, I think, what looks like a kidney shot, cheap shot maybe. Does get a cheap shot either way. A second cheap shot right after. Does the rogue get to escape, though? Into a Fear Sigil. Does get a shot step that Fear Sigil last second. That is a hunt. That is going to be disarmed either way, though. BD, hit with a gouge. Does Glitch go for big damage? No, he does not. He's kind of low on health, though. May just go down here. That is going to be a glaive toss thrown in. Glitch is going to take a bit of a bleed. If BD running the glaive build. Blind sap. BD still has a trinket, so maybe he could turn it around versus Glitch. The Rogue still has a, he still does have a cheat death, so maybe that could help him. Doesn't get to escape him, though. The Spectral Side sees him with a stun right after Glitch trying to go for a couple of Shadow Strikes. Does he get to lock down BD? Looks like he mostly wants to escape. He's trying to play very defensive with those cheap shots. But BG needs to stay on him as best as possible. Does go for the glaive. Has a slow for the glaive, but not a bleed, it looks like. Big Elysian. Does he get to walk out of it? I think he does get to walk out of that Elysian either way. That's super, super unfortunate. As a blade dance goes through. BD with a metamorphosis. I don't know if Glitch went for a kidney shot during that meta, but I think he realizes maybe his dead blade dance doesn't get Rogue low enough. Does he have a bleed on him? If he's got a bleed, oh, he does have a bleed. Oh, okay, BD. Okay, after the Rogue has went in for like big bursts on the Death Knight and the Monk, BD does end up taking him down at the very least. So the Rogues do bleed, they do go down eventually. Gonna be Grook up next. Does BD have anything to fight versus Grook? Only 30% dampening, so he should be okay. Stun, immediate darkness. Try to see maybe if the darkness gives him enough cover. May still have to overlap blur on top of it, maybe even immunity. There goes immunity as he does get hit with a disarm. Does BD have any more survivability here? It's kind of limited what he can do. Maybe in prison. Does have mobility, so maybe he could rush away from Grook just to stay away from him for just a moment or two. Grook with a Stormbolt versus BD. Big bleeds to follow. Execute does take him down. My god. The damage that a Fury Warrior can do is just absolutely terrifying. Krongzo up next. Now that there's no sub-rogue to stop him, maybe Krongzo could make a return with a bit of more than like a 1v3? Potentially? Possibly. Grook is going to go back behind the pillar, grappled by the Rogue. Grook is going to try to guess where he's at. Shadow Step for the Outlaw does let him close the gap, though. Big Sepsis versus Grook. Does he have a cheap shot? Does have a cheap shot. Big defensive out for Grook with a Stormbolt to follow. Sepsis eventually is going to tick up on him and it's going to do quite a bit of damage. Normally it's a decent chunk of nature, but he does go for a lot of recovery. Enraged Generation giving him a lot of healing. Every bloodthirst, he just gets to leech a little bit of health from that Rogue. Disarm stopping the Warrior's approach for just a bit. The Disarm does force him into a defensive stance to play very defensive. Leap for Grook, just trying to see if he can tank up the damage of this Rogue. Maybe a bit of bleeds, maybe a bit of damage, but the Rogue with the pistol shots just blasting through him. The ambush build for the Outlaw lets him bypass armor, which makes him a lot better against blade classes. Normally, your blade class would have full value of the armor, and you would have full damage reduction versus an Outlaw. But that ambush lets you get fine weakness on him. Cheap shots lets you get fine weakness on him, so you can just bypass him completely. It is very, very, very interesting. What's up, Solar? How you doing, my man? Gonna be Skelliger next, blind by the Rogue, looking for an escape, trying to get himself a bit of healing. Stealth, got himself roll the bones. Sap. Does Skelliger have an answer here? Cheap shot with it between the eyes by Krongzo. Another cheap shot after. Big pistols to follow. Cloak of Shadows. That's going to be immunity for Skell. Krongzo, does he just back away here? Does he maybe vanish? Because that's an immunity, but Skelliger is super low. Stun. Can't really get out of it at the moment. Skelliger needs to recover as much health as possible. Darkness in case the Rogue gets aggressive, but he's not going to do it. He's just going to back up. Is going to get himself the demon spawn in. That's exactly what he needed. Does get the demonic soul. Helps him recover a little bit of health. Trinket out of the demon hunter though. As the cheap shot locks him for just a second. The Rogue trying to see if he can grapple out. The hunter is going to stop him in place. The disarm comes through either way though. Krongzo with the big sepsis towards Skell, but he needs to find a way to escape him. Killing Spree comes out right now. Not enough damage though. The sepsis is going to tick down on him for just a second or two. But it's going to be Gamer trying to take out Skelliger. Does he die to sepsis? Oh, he got a demon spawn in. That's perfect. He needs to take the demon out immediately, but I think the Warrior's just waiting for him. Oh my god, doesn't even give him a chance. He was waiting there with that Odin's Fury to just slash right through him. My god. There's a lot of output, man. That is a lot of damn. That's crazy. I thought the rogue maybe could come back, but the demon hunter versus an out rogue, that's a tough one. Unless you could just go for like proper stuns, proper kidneys, and then back away, it is rough. That, or you need to use a defensive like evasion, while the demon hunter is taking still full damage without his defensives. And then you can just get pistol shots, ambushes back to back, and just kind of fight him mano a mano. I feel like you can actually match him. Alistair does catch up back with Gamer. Big army that joins in. Gamer with a reflect, trying to see if he can tank up his damage, actually leaping away as the army charges out with him. It's going to be kind of surrounded. 34% dampening, not giving him a lot of healing, but maybe can start getting a little bit of help bit by bit. Battle Master Trick can use very early on, maybe in trouble. Could be looking at the defensive enrage regen. There goes enrage regen with a trick and blind by Alistair though. You still have goals that you can potentially feed off of, but no, the goals do run away from you. Maybe you can get a 1 bloodthirst or 2. Reflect is up in case it's going to be a stun out of Alistair. Does go for a quick disarm. This is where Gamer has no help whatsoever. Whatever healing you can get though, impending victory, bloodthirst healing, anything you can get right now would be extra helpful for you. IBF used by Alistair as Gamer did eat a execute. Alistair playing into the execute build. He's trying to see if he can execute the warrior. He does get a big execute on him. Stormbolt. Gamer can still go down here. As the execute does proc yet again, but he doesn't kill him yet. Alistair, oh, summons up the army of the dead, but Gamer with a Stormbolt. Oh my god, he barely lived it. No way. And he's gonna come back? No way. Unless Redgar. He either lets him get a proper heal and honor duel, or he just charges at him. It looks like he's being honorable here. Redgar's like, you know what? I'm gonna give this man an honor duel. He deserves it. Gotta give these boys an honor duel once in a while, you know what I mean? Gotta be an honorable gamer. Hopefully it's one of those like give an honorable duel, take an honorable duel, give an honorable duel situation, you know what I mean? Hopefully we see Gamer get in the same situation with the Redgar, and he's not gonna snipe. He's gonna be like, you know what? Recover. It's gonna be disadvantage for me, but recover. Do it. Gonna be disarm onto Redgar, reflect up for Gamer in case there's a freezing trap waiting for him, but instead it's gonna be steel trap snapping at his wolfy paws. And Gamer leaping around the corner, does have a weapon to throw in. Redgar, I think, got some kind of a buff on him. Oh, it was explosive shot, that's what it was. Because a lot of those shots are like really like, it's like a purple line or a blue line or a red line. Gonna be big kill shots back to back. Redgar got a lot of damage. He needs the pets attacking Gamer at all times to empower those skill shots, empower those grenades. Big Stormbolt, that's gonna be tricky. Stun onto Gamer, could be in trouble. Redgar, does he have enough damage? He got himself big rack attacks from a distance. Among Us bite, whichever he runs. Gamer no help whatsoever though. If he takes no damage for a little bit, he does get recovery with second wind. That's helping him a lot. Redgar does go into a camera though. It's going to be a flanking strike as Gamer charges at him though. Gamer has a big defensive with already, may be able to utilize it, but he needs to use it at the right time and go as much healing as possible. There goes, potentially big defensive. Does have the bet he can start attacking. Binding shot on him. Does not break your binding or you get stunned up. Redgar trying to go for a bit of healing, but at this idea happening, it's not doing much. Leap by the warrior, Stormbolt to fall. I think it's a, oh, wait, no, he does get himself a freezing trap. Oh my god, does Gamer have any other ways to like recover? Redgar going for regenerate, but maybe should have just ran instead. That might have been his mistake, but we'll see. Does he have a stun to follow? No. A Gamer does end up coming out top. My god, this guy's literally on fire. Literally aflamed. He got, what, 3 kills there? He did. Gamer coming back for his team, man. Putting in the work as a Fury Warrior. Well done, well done. Fury Warriors are broken. They keep trying to nerf him over and over, but it doesn't look like they're trying to take him out of the meta. Because they keep nerfing him, but they still do well. Man, let's get another one going. That was fun. That was awesome. I love that. That was great. Fury Warriors shouldn't heal like this. You don't think so? So there's an ability to heal with. It's called Second Wind. When they don't take damage for a little bit, like 6 seconds, they start healing for percentage of the health every second. But only when they don't take damage. So it's, in a way, it's easy to bypass it. It's a way easy to counter it. Because you just gotta stay and keep aggro on them at all times. You just gotta hit them with any ability. You just gotta keep them under pressure because they don't really heal otherwise. So when a warrior goes for a complete reset, you don't want them to do that. When you have an advantage over the warrior, when they're going for healing, usually when you're winning, that's when you don't press the offensive. But a lot of the time people just gotta hold back, let themselves regenerate, and they get punished for it. This way you gotta stay aggressive with the warrior. You gotta send out your pet. You gotta put some dots on him. Anything. Just anything to get some kind of damage on him. Anything. Because then this way Second Wind does not get to proc. But some of you guys have also said the same thing. Like you guys don't think Fury Warrior should be able to heal like at all. I don't know. It's a warrior. There's only like one way they can really heal. So give them at least some sort of a heal compared to all these. I mean, rogues heal a lot, right? They're not a healer. They're not a hybrid. Everybody else actually has a hybrid, isn't he? Mages heal a lot. Warlocks are literally tanks and they can heal a ton. and they're not hybrid either. So like, honestly, warrior healing, I feel like it's everybody else heals, why not warrior? You know what I mean? I think it just makes it more of an even playing field. I do get the frustration with it though. I do get the frustration. It just, in my mind, it just makes it, maybe just from spectator mode, watching these duels, but it makes you feel like, well, that's counterable, because you can just walk up and hit the guy. Then again, you know, like, maybe I got it wrong. Man, difficult Fury. Can you imagine how difficult it is to level without regen? I know. It's tough, man. It is tough. Let's do, what's another good arena? Blade's Edge. I like Blade's Edge a lot. I like the way that Blade's Edge looks. Like the fiery. I'd say nerf non-hybrid classes healing. All of them. I'd say that as a paladin. I mean, so the problem with that is you don't have any self-survivability then, and I guess it means you have to rely on a healer at all times. And like a class having to rely on healers and not having the choice, like I feel like if you do have some self-survivability, I feel like it should be a choice between better damage or burst damage or survivability. So you shouldn't be able to get both, and that's maybe something where they can like, okay, you can have a self-survivability playstyle, sorta, but you're giving up quite a considerable amount of damage if you do. So then when you're playing with a healer, you're like all damage, and you pipe. But when you don't have a healer, you can go for a little bit more survivability, a little bit more longevity, but you're having to give up like some serious damage output. So maybe if that's something they could do to reorganize the talents or rebalance things a little bit, I'll be okay with that. But I kind of like classes being able to be somewhat self-sustainable. Because relying on a healer is probably like the most unfun mechanic ever, you know? Sometimes you're like, you know what, I just want to be able to like, I like having the control. I want to be able to maintain myself to some degree. I want to at least be able to do something to keep myself alive if the healer's not going to do anything. So Twitch, you know, I just want to, I would be very frustrated if I was just always relying on healers, I guess what I'm saying. Alistair sapped up as Krongzo actually opening up on that goal just so he can generate some comp points. Get a shot at Alistair, forcing out a human racial at him, blind by the death that Yoink and Krongzo down from above the stairs, but the kill spree comes through together with a sepsis that's going to tick down on Alistair. Does himself a little bit of a shield for magic damage so he can at least abide by the poison. There's going to be even more Shadow Sex coming through from Krongzo. Has an evasion, so he's actually just immune to all damage from Alistair. Cloak Shadows as well. Actually, Alistair can't do anything anymore. It's going to be back-to-back ambushes by the rogue. Not even a subtlety rogue. Ambushes is an outlet. Gouge as Grook closes the gap. Going to be blind. Force them to trick out of Grook immediately. And Krongzo diving into resell, but the Odin's Fury is going to hit him with disease still on him. Unless the man gets something. Grook does end up taking him down, just rolling over him. Walking right over that boy. Not really giving him much of a chance. My goodness. Taking him out. Anti-Madonna, I think, is going to be next. Yeah, potentially. No, he's just ready to play. He's just excited. Is it BD? Is it Incap potentially? Is it Gamer? Gamer is the Fury Warrior. Grook versus Gamer. Grook is walking into this one with less cooldowns. He just uses a lot of his offensives and no longer has a trinket. So that may put him behind versus Gamer. But maybe careful play and good use of cooldowns maybe could let him come back up top. We'll see. Maybe just one of those chess matches. Or maybe one of those, hey, you're behind the cooldown, so you're probably going to automatically lose. But I want to believe in Grook. He does get to walk away from Gamer. Does get to hit him with a slow and then a second wind. Is able to actually jump downwards. I don't think he even took much of an auto attack there, too. So he's still able to recover quite a lot of health. Look at that. So being able to just avoid Gamer, throw him down CC, where Gamer actually also uses a trinket. What did he trinket? So maybe, wait, hold on. For Grook, this could be an opportunity. Stormbolt for Stormbolt. Both of them are locked down. But after the Stormbolt comes off, that's going to be Grook unleashed in full frenzy. That's going to be Gamer trying to go counter-aggressive. Got himself a reflect. I don't really know what you're going to reflect away from Grook. Disarm for disarm. This is going to be both warriors just trying to see if they can fight right through. Grook gets the weapons back a little bit quicker. Gamer jumping into a defensive stance. Try to see if he can tank up this damage. Maybe he can go for blood of ceiling. There he goes back into battle stance. Back into berserker stance. Trying to see if he can unleash the full power of the Fury Warrior. Can he do it though? Potentially going to be Grook leaping away for just a second. Seeing cooldowns and defensive out of Gamer. He sees an enrage regen. He doesn't want to give him any blood to the ceiling. That's going to be Charge's Gamer trying to go for a bit of recovery. Stormbolt for Stormbolt, not letting him go anywhere. And Gamer did recover a little bit of health, just like a hair of it. But it's going to be Gamer back into battle stance or berserker stance. I don't think he should be doing that though. Probably defensive stance feels safer. Grook with cooldowns, Gamer with cooldowns, both of them are just unleashing the carnage. Looks like Gamer has himself the avatar proc, so you could potentially make some damage happen, disarm for disarm, as it's going to be Gamer with a reflect. Grook has a little bit of a health advantage over him, and defensive advantage, so Gamer could be in a tight spot. He is getting some lead onto Grook. There goes the defensive. Gamer, can he deny any kind of healing from him? It's going to be a Stormbolt, but immediate trigger out of the Grook, the Warrior. And Gamer, he's not going to have an answer for the next Stormbolt. Leaping away. Grook, does he have a leap of his own? Does leap away. Stormbolt to follow. Gamer could be in trouble. Does Grook have enough to finish him? Looking for that execute, trying to see if he can make it happen. Reflect up for Gamer, but I think he goes down. Maybe potentially does Grook. Oh, and the Fury Warrior just ramps right through him. Absolutely unleashing the carnage upon him with Abaddon gonna be up next. Grook is limited to what he can do. Got himself a reflect, but the man is spent. I don't know what you can do versus Anton as the man just lich-borns out of that fear. Grook, he can't even escape him. He can't go for that second one. Disarm onto Anton, gonna be immediate stun by the Death Knight, but also trinkets in order to get that stun onto Grook. Full pets are on him. Grook trying to see if he can avoid him. He has a disease on him. He has a bunch of shadow damage. A ghoul chasing after him. Couple of ghouls has reflect in case maybe there's stun from Anton, trying to make sure he doesn't stun himself. Quick death call taking him down. With Scaligor gonna be up next as the Demon Hunter. Got himself a Shivara spawning in, so any kind of like blinds, the Shivara should be able to break you, snap you right out of those blinds as fast as you can. Abaddon trying to avoid Scaligor as best as possible. Scaligor is going to be able to slay the Shivara, leaving the demonic soul on the ground so you can come back for it later. But looks like he's going to reverse and he's going to tap it immediately. Sometimes Demon Hunters do leave the soul there so they can retreat back to it and get himself a reheal. But that is a 20% damage on the floor you're just leaving. It does linger around for a while, but eventually it does disappear. Going to be an I-beam out of Scaligor, interrupted as Abaddon trying to see if he can tank right through the Demon Hunter damage. Big Hunt is going to be forced out and cheat death out of Abaddon. The Death are trying to use Chain of Ice to slow down Scaligor as Cyber's approach, but Abaddon is left with nothing left. He may decide to play the risky build of there goes the pet sacrifice, just expunges pet, exploded and sacrificed and crushed his life force out, drained it with the death pact to follow. Trying to use the slows versus Scaligor. He's waiting until necrotics fall off. But I don't know if he's going to be able to get much healing because looks like Scaligor is pressing the assault. Necrotics finally come off. That's going to be full Army of the Dead trying to join into the game, but Scaligor backs up out of there completely. Anton has an AMS, wants to grip in Scaligor, but he does fly up. Oh my god, he had to time it just right. Trying to see if he can break through his shield. Anton diving into a dome, does get himself full pets amped up. Maybe he can go for a death trick or two, trying to go for damage. Scaligor does not have a trinket here. Does he go for the Army of the Dead? Army joins in. If you could just keep Scaligor by himself with the army, you may be able to win here, but that's going to be Demon spawning in. The Demon Hunter is super safe, super healthy, and does end up slicing down the Death Knight with the Incap God up next. Scaligor still has a lot of defenses at the ready here, so you still could make a play. Could make a big play here. Incap by the Monk isn't going to be enough though. Does go for eventual retreat, and that's going to give him immunity to CC for a little bit. Lexiv to follow. Does not have a trinket. Oh my god, mad damage out of the Monk though. This is surviving immunity. Oh, does he live this? He has a meta. In prison, he needs to get some kind of a demon proc. That or use meta. Try to go for a fear versus Incap God. This is going to go for meta. Shut him up. Oh, this goes in for a quick kick. I love the way when you go full metamorphosis, like when you die, you just go for like a big demon, just like in a snap, you're on the floor. There's something about it looks hilarious to me. I think it's just no animation, no nothing. You just think you're alive. Snap. I feel like I did a slapstick sound on top of it every single time. It just looks great. Oh my god. Incap God is going to try to see if he can avoid Redgar. The Hunter, Harpoon around the corner though, does get an angle. And it's going to try to see if he can coax the Incap God out away from a pillar. Freezing trap to stop him. Oh, steel trap to stop him. Just has him out in the open. There's no way he can hide. Redgar even dives in the camel for just a second to get a bit of healing. He wants to make sure you got the full advantage versus Incap. Is going to be going for... Does he have a pet fear? He could potentially fear the pet if he has a pet fear versus the Wen. Going to be a stun to Incap. Big kill shots to follow. Incap could potentially go for a big port. Harpoon to follow. Do they have a port after? Trinket for Incap. Trying to see if he can take down Incap right now. Lexiv to follow. Does Incap have any more survivability? Maybe able to be down for the count. Does someone to Redguard. Does have himself a Eternal Shell. But I think he still has a big kill shot at the ready. Wait, the Hunter could maybe still do it. Does get himself a medic bandage. At this point, coordinated assault right now. There's no way, right? Regenerating as Redguard trying to get himself as much health as possible. Incap is going to go for as much self-healing as he can while 4 brews on him. And Redguard trying to make sure that he is keeping his distance away from Incap until he can go for a proper stun. Steel trap around the corner. He sees that Incap is right there. He wants to coax him into the steel trap if possible, but Incap is looking to avoid him entirely. Does Incap have a port back up top? Put him port back down below instead. But he's still down here. Maybe you could go for a pet stun. Gonna be some traps around the corner in case Incap decides to get bold and aggressive. Freezing trap, flank strike. Gonna get him super low. Still in the kill shot range. Could be really deadly. Does Redguard take him down? Gonna be an immediate disarm onto the Survival Hunter. Into grenades to follow. Kill shot. Oh, Redguard does end up living it. Quick feint dead. Try to see if he can find some cover. His BD is after him. Goes in the camera. And the Demon Hunter goes in, charging at the bed. But looks like maybe goes flying. Was that a knockback trap? High explosive? I don't think it was, but maybe? No, you pay in stun, so you can have both. You either have a stun or a high explosive. Fire damage onto Redgar with a full I-beam. The Hunter is just at no health whatsoever. I don't know if he comes out of this one. There's no way. I tried to see if he could fight right through it, but BD has him. My god, that was a hell of a game. The Fury Warriors clashed together in the middle. The Hunter chasing after the Monkas. The Demon Hunters popping off, man. It's so close. These are the games that I love seeing in 5v5 1v1 DUELS, man. These are my favorite games, honestly. Love it. Let's get another one going, chat. I'm liking this a lot. These are so fun. Fist of Fury amongst a Cole. Dude, Fist of Fury is really strong. Like, but it's one thing that I also hate as a rogue. There are some ways to deal with it, like a cheap shot. Technically, cheap shots counts as you're behind the enemy when you cheap shot them. So you can cheap shot them through a Fist of Fury, which is weird. Stormbolt, Fear, there's a handful of abilities that can deal with it, but not a lot. I respect a good one walker. Yeah, you definitely gotta respect a good one walker, man. When they do work, you gotta respect the damage. You gotta respect what they do. Need one guy, Lunatic, I can join in. Invite, I can join in. I can help. Kind of want to join, but learn a new class. What class is this, Solar? Do you want to bring it into the arena, see how well it works? You want to try it? You're more than welcome to. Pass me lead, Lunatic, and we'll get you a group. Real quick. Well, let's say these. Arcane Mage. Oh, yeah, dude. They are popping off. Yo, if you need help, I'm sure Seavark will be able to give you some pointers, like what talent build he's running. I'm sure Seavark, it's like, hey, Seavark, I love you 5v5 Do you have like a talent build? I'm learning Arcane right now. If you got questions, I'm sure if he has free time, he'll hit you up, my guy. I am sure he would help. Solar, logging? Okay, cool. I got Solar coming in, boys, in just a second. I can help invite him in a bit. Hell yeah. Now, like I'm being blunt here, I don't like the non-hybrid healing. I haven't seen. I don't like that non-hybrid classes have insane healing at all. That I believe hybrid should go good healing, but not insane healing. Example, paladins should have good healing, but not crazy healing. Like Wagga from 1 to 90%, but it's like 1 to 30 with the talent choice is something reasonable. Yeah, the problem with that, I don't know about the numbers, but like if I were to, let's say, fight against a paladin, and every time I get like a good portion of his health, I mean 30% of someone's health, that's a commitment of damage. And when they can just walk 30% of their health, I would be upset. And you're probably talking about like without wings, right? Imagine that with wings. Doesn't it double up the healing basically? Yeah, I don't know, man. It's maybe we could talk about the number. I see what you're talking about for sure, Val. I see what you're talking about, but like, I don't know. I've been doing these 5v5 1v1 DUELS for a while, and I can imagine a situation where it's like you have a class, committing cooldowns, and the pilot's like, oh, Pally's getting low. Wog. Oh, Pally's gonna cut it. Wog. Oh, Pally finally maybe going at Wog. Oh, Pally maybe finally taking a bit of damage and Wog. You know what I mean? I can already imagine the situation, and I can feel myself already like getting frustrated with just the idea. I can almost also imagine just how frustrating it would be to play that. Again, we could maybe have a whole discussion about numbers and stuff. I don't know what Bull's devs are going to do in terms of tuning. I think it'd be cool if they did some kind of tuning and stuff. Like maybe that'd be, or maybe they commented like how they feel about Pally healing in arena. You know what I mean? Because they've been doing a lot of changes, but yeah. Elemental makes it sad in PvP. Scotty, we had an Elemental Shaman. Stop a little popping off earlier. What do you mean? It does well. Saying Fury heals so much, guys. If I can't hit you, we're dead. And the only bloodthirst want us to regen 100% crit on recklesses, like before in Legion. Give us 100% crit on recklesses. Oh yeah, I remember that. I do remember that back in the day. Alrighty, yo, Jesus, are you ready? Last for us. Okay. Last one. What arena do I throw you guys into? What arena do I throw you into as the last arena of the night, man? Hook Point, Rook, Blade's Edge. I kind of like Blade's Edge. That game was awesome. The Grand. What have we not done? Lordaeron, Tiger's Peak? I think we've done Tiger's Peak, right? Ashamane? I don't like Ashamane though. There's one pillar that's way too long. I think it'd be really bad. Every portal cast is rough. That is rough though, Jake. That is rough. Kicked up portal cast. At least like... I was gonna say like at least like portal like it's a long cooldown, so like even if you get a kick, at least you could use it later, but it's like... Yeah, you're trying to use portal and then trying to do damage. Yeah, Toveron, that's way too big, Lunatic. It's way too big. I can do 12 round, but you guys are gonna hate it when a rogue runs out and just can go stealthy behind the pillar. You just sprint behind the pillar and that's it. There's no way to stop it. I don't. It's a cool arena for 3s and 2s, but like it's probably not the best for 1v1s, man. We've had bad times with it before. Nokudan would have been fantastic, but I can't even do Nokudan because I don't have Dragonflight on this guy, which is lame. Which is actually lame. It is lame. Only downside is the numbers would have to be reasonable, because if you burst and probably pop swings, it can go walk, full wall, pop on CDs. Dalaran Arena, like a name? Dalaran Arena? Okay, we'll do Dalaran. Have we done Dalaran Arena? I thought we did do one on Dalaran Arena already, but maybe we haven't. Oh, let me save this then. Here we go. Dalaran Sewers. Welcome to my Sewers, man. AKA my content, my channel. welcome to the Dalaran Sewers, aka the front page of my channel. Thank you so much for watching, by the way. I don't know why you watch my garbage, but I appreciate you. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, everybody, by the way. I'll probably say that tomorrow. Sunday, what was it? That's a Christmas Day Sunday, right? 25th? I'm probably not going to stream Sunday then. I probably shouldn't. I probably should be just chilling. I feel like I need to start going back to like a normal schedule. Because I really destroyed myself during the whole alpha and beta period of Dragonflight. I need to just take it easy. Have fun with it. Have fun with the videos. Have fun with the game for a bit. Because man, we got a lot of content coming up, man. I need to save myself when content is there. When new stuff is up. Hopefully I saved that one. Alrighty, boys. Twitch. This is probably the last one. We'll see how it goes, but this may be the last one. They're missing a guy over on team 1, but hopefully we'll see how it goes. Maybe Gamer will be able to hold the fort as a one-man army. Gonna be Gamer first up versus Alistor the Death Knight. Got himself the full army of the dead join in. The A-bomb crushing towards Gamer. Not really crushing, but I mean that thing does decent amount of damage really. That hook, I mean the autos. Why is it backing up? Wait, why is that bed backing up? I've never seen it walk backwards like that before. Disarm to Alistor as he goes in for a blind towards Gamer, seeing the cooldowns coming out of the Fury Warrior. Wants to mitigate him a little bit. Big damage, big Odin's Fury out of the Warrior. Is going to be able to go right through the armor of Alistor. I don't know if the man is playing like a bleed build or a bloodthirst build, bloodbath build. I can't tell. I think it's not a bleed build though, but it could be wrong. I need to take a look at him again. Gonna be mad IBF out of Alistor. The Gamer charging in, looking to crush down Alistor if he can. Got himself in Rage Generation at the ready, Bloodthirst onto the pet. Got himself the Onslaught too. You just absolutely obliterating that little ghoul. As Alistor having to summon a fresh new one. Did he even get to like sacrifice the ghoul, or is it just like a fresh summon? So now you can't even sacrifice it. Stun onto Gamer, does go for a trinket. Could have potentially delayed it, but a Stormbolt to the Alistor, forcing out a human racial out of him. Summons the armor of the dead. Reflectors up for Gamer. Might just have Alistor here. Unless Alistor got himself the Death Strike. He does have a Death Strike, but no weapon in his hands. This arm may be in a bit of trouble. Gamer just doesn't let him go anywhere at all. Versus, who's up next? Is it going to be Lucio by chance? Lucio in the back, chilling. We got ourselves Grook on that team, Skelliger, and Galuge is going to be first up. Versus Gamers, the man got himself full recovery with a second wind. Giving him a second wind to fight versus the Rogue. Man, that helm looks good. The helm looks really, really good. Galuge opening up with a Gouge. Going to be a Zerker out of Gamer. Trying to see maybe we can mitigate that Gouge. Cheap shot after the Kidder shot. Waiting for the Shadow Step ready. Shadow Strike instead. Stormbolt onto the Rogue. Oh, they commit himself a Vanish, I think. That is crazy. Gonna be Krongzo up next. Quick disarm onto Krongzo as the Kidder shot comes out. Glue's trying to see if he can Shadow Strike past him and see maybe if the Viscerates will do work. Maybe the potential Secret Technique does go for Secret Technique. Killing spree by the other Rogue though, recovering a lot of health. Krongzo was able to. How did you recover health? Was it a dance? Into a blind to Glue's. The man does not have a trinket. Krongzo potentially could have it here. Does he though? No, he doesn't go for a stab. Does get a Glue shot in the open. Cheap shot to follow. Is he gonna have himself a Kinder shot? He needs a Kinder shot. Disarm. Maybe can add a bit more control. Glush may be in a bit of trouble. Cloaker shadows for the Septus Poison. Cheap shot right after. Gonna be a blind to Krongzo. Trinkets out of it. Glush get turning around on him. Vanish right after. Does this go for a Blade Flurry? But Glush might just still have him. Stabs. Grapple hook away. As the man does Shadow Step on him. Krongzo looking to potentially pick up the eyes. Should pick up the eyes. Maybe just goes for re-stealth. Galush in stealth. Krongzo in stealth. Cheat Death is ready for Glush. So he should be okay next go. Potentially. Maybe. Man, that's actually really, really clutch between the two. Krongzo looks like he's going to pick up the eyes. Glush, I think he's just going to veer away. My wife does think he can speak Russian. Should I say something in Russian? Where it has to be a meme at this point. Where are you healing? My god. I mean, I don't know if he was able to heal through a rogue there, Christers. I think the man died just fine through a rogue. He leaves because he got focused about filling power with Dalaran. When are they, Jake? When are they coming out without a change to solo? Because they said they're coming out with a change later. I don't know when, but later. Where when somebody leaves, people still get points. Like the person that leaves loses points, but everybody else gets points like as if they won their games. You know what I mean? Or as if like it plays out like everybody had that rogue on the team at least once or twice or whatever. So you get the wins and losses based on like the rogue leaving. So everybody still can get points. Can. Quick Russian for her. What should I say in Russian? Got a phrase? Cheap shot into Glue. Wait, Krongza goes over cheap shot? Gouge? Wait, Krongza may have made a mistake. I think he realized he didn't want to go for cheap shot. He probably wanted to go for a sap. Evasion versus Gloosh immediately with the disarmer after. Gloosh, I think, may have Krongza on the back foot now. Krongza, I think, maybe waiting until his trinket is back up. Gloosh is just going to sit down and get himself some food, looking for a full recovery. I think, yeah, Krongza has a trinket coming back up, so maybe he could do something versus Gloosh. But he definitely needs to make sure he gets himself a full offensive force on a trinket out of Gloosh as well. Going to be a random AoE. Krongza trying to see if he can catch up towards Gloosh. Does get to go with a cheap shot. Is it going to be the ambush enough? Seps to follow. Gloosh has a clicker shadows for it. There's going to be trinket out of Krongza. Out for that gouge with a kidney shot to follow. I think it may be over. Krongza does go over the blind of Gloosh. Does Gloosh potentially trinket it? Does have a battle masters for this though. Gouge? Krongza just doesn't want to go for a resap at all, does he? Maybe he's trying to build comp points for next kidney shot. Maybe that's what he's trying to do actually. But it's going to be sap out of Gloosh. No more trinket by this rogue. Unless he got himself a cheat death, it may be down for Krongza. Unless Gloosh makes a mistake. If Gloosh makes a mistake, it doesn't play it super clean. Krongza could potentially come back out on top here. Kidney shot, secret ticket probably. Wait, oh, vanish. Wait, Krongza with a cheap shot versus Gloosh. Could potentially go for trinket. Kidney shot maybe. Disarm into disarm. Krongza still has a pistol though. He's still doing a bit of damage. Smoke bomber right now for Gloosh. Does go for a shadow step. Good shadow step back. Krongza with a cloak shadow skin shot to Gloosh. It is very, very short. Does he have enough damage? Kill spree to fall. Is that enough though? Kill spree maybe enough. Pistol shot is going to be evasion for Gloosh. Kidney shot into Krongza. Does he have enough damage here? Secret technique. Yeah, secret technique does do it. My goodness. My goodness. This is going to be in cap and Antibadan. Going in for a bit of a go, dropping in a big A bump, but won't be able to find Gloosh for a bit. Man, somebody got to stop this rogue if they want to let the rest of the team Grook, Luso, and Skaligar play. They're definitely going to have to stop them. Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year in Russian. It's going to be Znyum. How do you say Christmas? I got to remember. Any Russians in chat can help me? How do you say Merry Christmas in Russian anymore? I don't remember. Stun onto Gloosh, does go for a trinket real quickly. Antibadan got himself the swarm, going to be a bit of a death quell back to back as Gloosh goes in for a bit of a reset here with a cloak of shadows, trying to make sure he gets himself a clean getaway. Antibadan did commit an IBF for that opener. Man, the fact that you have to commit like a full defensive for them is just rough. Get out a bit. Okay. Let me do that after this. Yeah, I need to read that for a second. Yeah, that's starting to ring a bell a little bit. Kidney shot into Antibadan, has a trinket for it, goes in for a blind into Gloosh. Gloosh still has a trinket. If Antibadan can get himself a full set of army with a stun and lock down Gloosh, he is going to be able to have a vanish. But if you just get him low enough and then stun him low as the army is already upon him, maybe you can make a play. The main pet is doing quite a bit of damage to Gloosh, chipping away at his health bar little by little. But the rogue is just trying to avoid Antibadan as best he can, trying not to get hit by the grippy hand at all. Stun onto Gloosh. Antibadan got himself full set of pets. Gargle join in, stun onto Anton. Let's just stay in. That's a lot of pets attacking him right now. That's going to be cheap death onto Anton, but then the cheap shot after taking him out. Oh, wait, no. He got himself a little bit extra to work with. Not a lot of healing. Then cracked out. Oh, my God. Rogue just lives through a whole entire Scourge army. Blind into Incap is going to be kidney shot. Let him go for a bit of resetting. No way. Wait, Gloosh actually was able to bow out of it completely. My goodness. Does Incap God go for an eyeball? Potentially. What is that? Веселого Рождества на счастливого Нового года. Как вы это по-русски сказали мы это? I'm trying to remember like how do you say it in Russian? How do we used to say it back in like the day? Back in Back when I actually lived in Russia. Z Novym Godem Rożystwom, right? Z Novym Godem I Rożystwom. I think it's what you would tell other people. Z Novym Godem. Da. I думаю. I think so. I don't remember anymore. Can you shout on chain cap? I think it's over, right? Oh no. Monks are so squish, man. Monks are so squish. My goodness. Glitch. Yo, maybe we should have banned rogues for the day. At least some rogues for the day. Like them for nothing. I'm saying solo. Yo, if we have a group still, we can go one more so solo can get a chance to play him. If you go uno mas, I'm down, chat. If you go for uno mas, I'm down. I am down for one more. Did 9 Academy time that? Nice. Nice. Thanks, man. You're awesome. I was trying to remember exactly how you say it. I couldn't remember. There was like a way we said it when I actually lived in Russia when I was a kid, but it's so long ago. Ready if you are? Jesus. Есть команда или нет? Because I think it was Jesus' team that actually was missing a guy. That or was it him? Banglish? May have to Banglish, man. May have to put him on a cleanup duty at the end. There were some times where glitch did go down, but there's not a lot, man. That's a rare sight. To hell with the rogues. Polo, they are still strong, man. Like glitch in particular, he's playing it. He doesn't play it super resetty spaghetti, but there are some resetties though that he does. Yeah, they're still very, very strong. I didn't think that the nerf to Secret Technique. Somebody in chat earlier came by and it was like, yo, Rogue is just actually unplayable, man. Like, what is it, Tuesday, I think, when the nerf happened. They were like, man, they killed Rogues off, man. No, we can't play sub anymore. I told them, like if you were one-shotting people off of Secret Technique and you thought, like, oh, the Rogue is good. It's like, if you were using Secret Technique as a crutch, you were not really playing Rogue. You were just one-shotting people. Like, Rogues have plenty of CC, plenty of damage, and Visitors still do a lot, and even Secret Technique is probably going to do a lot of damage, and here we can see it still does. You just don't get, like, 100 to 0 burst with it anymore. You know, you do need to use other abilities, but it's only, like, what, a couple of more extra globals to be able to get some damage out. Yeah, I don't know, man. I do want to see if that guy would ever pop back in the chat. I kind of want to be like, see, told ya. I feel like this just happens a lot, man. You got a class that's, like, super busted, super good. And then people like get used to that, and then they nerf them down from like OP to like competitive. They just take them from like above everybody to like, okay, now they're on the same line as everybody. You're just as good as other classes, maybe even still slightly better on average. And then people are like, oh man, that's dead. And it's like, what? How? That's WoW community in a nutshell, man. Your class get like slightly nerfed to be balanced with everybody else, and people are like, dead, abandon it, not playing it ever again. And it's like, what? We're done. I think we'll kick a sub now. That's not a warrior. That's not a mirror. Yeah, it is rough, Jesus. It is rough. Your warriors are busted as well. They're also really good. They're really good. I don't think warriors, Fury warrior. I wouldn't. They're strong. I don't know if I would describe them as like OP, but I also try not to describe as anything as OP unless you can literally just one bang. Like sub rogue one banging people with that Kyrian combo or the resounding Secret Technique combo that was busted. The Secret Technique by itself also pretty busted after they fixed it. Making Secret Technique get 100% crit chance instead of like that weird delayed crit or whatever made it super consistent, super broken. I'll play next week with one shot spot. Sounds good, my guy. Let's go. That's awesome. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah, boys. Warrior's good. Warrior's pretty good. I don't think Warrior's bad. Shit, Steve might teach me, Dad. I'm sure if Steve comes by tomorrow, I'm sure he'll be down to show you boys how it's done on Arcane. Ahoy, what's up, Jabo? How you doing, my man? But in 5v5 situations, it's very difficult to kill 5 guys straight. Yeah, it is definitely difficult, Lunatic. I think you need like a bleed build with like a lot of self-healing and like longevity. But I think you need like a survivability bleed build because bleeds go through armor. And bleeds I think can be really good against stealthies and casters and such. But like playing into a bleed build is tough because I think you have to play all crit with Bloodthirst healing. That's like the only way I think you get to do it. I think I have to play Blood Blast Bleed build. But maybe I'm wrong on that one. Want to do one more? I mean, Team Jesus is done, but if you can get a second group chat, I'll be down. You are Bleed build. Okay. MM Hunter will be dead if they don't remove the team. You think so? Maybe, Blanchie. I don't know what they will do, man. Double tap. Yo, if Team Lunatic was to stay, I'm down to make a second team chat. I'm down to get one more going. Uno mas. I'll make a separate group. Lunatic, keep your team together. But, boys and Team Jesus, if you guys want to join me for one more game, I'll be down to do it. Get Glitch back on the back end. Yeah, if we do get Glitch in there, let's have Glitch go on the cleanup duty. I want to try starting the second group one more. I know it's late. It's okay if we don't get one. We'll give it like 5 minutes of search chat. If we don't get one, we'll call it there. We had a lot of games, a lot of duels tonight. But I can apply both bleed with only Bloodthirst and Gruzasman Vibrant. What is that? Thunderous Roar. Ah, okay. There's also a Fury Odin bleed too. Yeah, I can apply all bleeds with only Bloodthirst. And do you not have a Odin's Fury? Because doesn't it put up a bleed too? Or maybe the bleed is not that strong. Maybe. Or maybe they removed that bleed out of the buffs. Who knows? Evokers die fast. They're really fun though. Really like holding Ohio, bro. Everything is more intense than Ohio. If the memes are right, Odin's Fury too. Yeah. The bleed build. You need to get like, I think for bleed build to make it really good, I think it needs to be like a Bloodthirst where every single Bloodthirst you get that. What is it? Cold blood. Oh, cold steel, hot blood procs. So you can get that like constant like leech. Didn't see evokers of the useless in PvP. They're strong. They're really good as healers. As damage dealers, they're not terrible. But just for duels, they have enough survivability, but their damage has been really like gapped a bit. Like they still do good damn, but burstiness in PvP has really been diminished. So I don't know. They seem to be played, but like not maybe nearly as much as they used to be. Because you used to have a big one bang one shot, and that was very effective. But I don't know how effective it is anymore, really. So you can handle a long. What a little business say that long, so you can't handle a long bleed on target. That's what I'm saying. You have to probably go like a full crit build and get Bloodthirst crits constantly, so you can maintain cold steel hot blood bleed on them. Can I just find a warrior so I can learn what the talent is? Because I'm referencing it. I am using the artifact weapon, no, Azurite thing to reference it. Let me see if there's anybody out here in war mode. I'm using the Azurite power for that bleed. It's like a Bloodthirst bleed. Roll 100, please. Roll 100. That doesn't want to go last. Like, please, no, let me play. Let me play. Wow, there's actually nobody out here with on the RP realms. That's unfortunate. DPS evokers don't have that. Oh, but that on CC. Yeah, to a degree. To a degree. Why is the camera like this? Is it just on this guy? Hope it's not like that on all my alts. Why? Hi. I got a shiny winter hat. Hey, look at that guy. You still see these things here and there. Do I really not see a single warrior? Okay, training dummies. Tell me there's a warrior there. Also, the group is up in LFG, boys. I don't know if we have enough people on for the rest of the night, because it is late on the EU. Like extremely late. But yeah. They really like Spart. He said it's his own YouTube. I do really like Spart. Yeah, Spart is pretty awesome. Spart is pretty awesome, man. Pretty incredible of a guy. There's maybe a guy over here. I know there's a bunch of dudes in the Dragon Isles. But like, there's no warrior out here at all, huh? Yeah, no warrior in Orgrimmar. I guess it is like super late on the EU, isn't it? Yeah, it's like 2 AM on this server. I am surprised actually, because Illidan are awake at 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Like Illidan, everybody's on, man. I don't think Illidan ever sleeps though. That might just be like a benefit of that realm. It's a realm that never sleeps. Still trying to find a warrior. None. Wait, maybe? Nah, evoker. Guys like you never sleeps? Okay, so then it depends on the realms. I guess the RP realms are a little bit more casual, maybe. They actually get some sleep. I guess it also is a holiday, so maybe like any other day would be different. I'm a warrior, Blanche. I was just trying to find somebody with a PvP talents, just so I could look up what they named the Bloodthirst bleed, because I'm referencing it based on like the Azurite trade way back in the day. But I don't know if it's still named the same. It used to be Cold Steel Hot Blood, I think. Yeah, clock on the pig pen and sleep at 10 PM, kick W. The clock. Fair enough, fair enough. Oh man. Besides the healing, plenty of classes can outlast evokers. The evokers is a really, really nasty burst still either way. I just don't know if it's going to be a one shot, but it is really good. But we'll see, man. We'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll get some Evokers tomorrow, because that'd be exciting. That'd be fun. And I got myself... I want to start playing my Evoker some more. How we doing, Dal? Doing pretty good, Celtic. How about you, my man? We're doing fantastic. Trying to see if we can get a second group together for 5v5 1v1, but I don't think we get any bites. So we may just call it here. Cold Blood, Hot Steel. Oh, okay, so I confuse those. I always call the Cold Steel Hot Blood, but it's Hot Blood, Cold Steel. Hey, Dal, hi. So is it same? Thank you. Appreciate it. It is... God, my stuff is busted. That. It is Cold Steel Hot Blood. Yeah, so I flipped them, you flipped them, I don't know. I always thought it was like, well, why would blood be cold? Cold Steel Hot Blood, yeah. Bloodthirst critical strikes generate 4 additional rage and inflict a gushing wound that leeches health. I feel like if you go for like a big bleed build, you have to go like... You have to make sure the gushing wound is like... consistent. Bloodthirst increases critical strike chance of your next Bloodthirst by 15 second or 5 times. I think you have to play Blood Craze too. You have to play Blood Craze with Cold Steel and just constantly Bloodthirst and maintain a bleed perma. Because this bleed play style with Bloodborne is good, but yeah, Roar only lasts for like 8 seconds. It could be good, but it can only last 8 seconds. It could be last a little bit longer. Increases your damage of your bleed effectiveness by 50% of all times. Oh, all bleeds with Thunderous words. Okay. And then you go for a bit of that Odin's Fury, which also is a bleed. And I guess what do you do? Dancing Blades or do you do Titanic Rage? I guess it depends what kind of build you go. Also, I don't know if you guys run Annihilator or not. Maybe Annihilator with that? I know Bright Ferocity seems really, really good. When you Rampage, you can get yourself a the buff. And I guess you could go Reckless Abandon too. I guess you have to. Yeah, it's just the bleed build. Like, I really want it to be good, but you definitely do have to run Annihilator. Okay. Yeah, I do wonder maybe like because I know that a lot of Fury words for PvE, they don't actually run Annihilator near as much anymore. Instead, they've actually been running Crushing Blow and everything that buffs you or improved Raging Blow, because Crushing Blow does a lot of damage. So I wonder if maybe that's where you have to like commit. You have to go maybe Crushing Blow with the thing instead. But yeah, it's kind of rough to figure out like. Yeah, it's just rough to figure out like what kind of a build you go. Like a bleed build. I don't know if it'll be that good. That's it, I guess. I think it may be it. Yeah, I think that's it. We're gonna call it here, boys. Yo, Solo, sorry so much for it. I'm sorry. You hopped on trying to play, but we already kind of wrap it up at the end, man. It's late. They need to make 5v5 duels a really a thing. I would love for it to be like a Brawl Street Logic. I think it'd be awesome. Now that they got like the whole like how it changes teams with solo queue, I'm sure there could be like a roll and you find out who goes first, who goes last. And maybe they could give an incentive for people like that go last, give them more of an incentive to stay all the way till the end. You know what I mean? Maybe give them like a stacking damage buff. So the person that goes last gets more damage and more damage and more damage. So they can go in. It's all about a team game. Trying to get people's cooldowns out as best as you can. I think that'd be really, really fun. Hey, Glitch now? Oh no, dude. We did have a lot of games where Glitch just popped off though. That man is just a monster. But chat, tomorrow more 5v5 1v1 duels. Thanks so much for coming by, boys. Thanks so much for watching. I do hope all of you enjoyed. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thank you so much for hanging out, everybody. I do appreciate you. I think we're going to call it here, though. Tomorrow, we got more 5v5 1v1 duels on the horizon. Tonight, I'll be taking a look at the some of the class improvements coming in 10.05 in a bit more detail. We take a look at them on the stream, but I think I want to do a whole video going over exactly what is different. Melee Paladin, Big Bear Druid, good buffs to Feral, kind of a nurture Hunter, but a big opportunity for Mysteries to make a rise, man. Big rise. Yo, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for coming by. You guys are great. Thank you all so much for chilling. Tomorrow, again, more 5v5s. Be here tomorrow, Team NA and EU. Join in, just watch the streams, man. See how the boys do, see how they go. You know what I mean? It'll be the last one, I think, of the year. Because the new year is very soon. No, we still have the 30th and the 1st. Are we ever going to have anybody around for duels? I'm pretty sure some people are going to be celebrating. We'll see, man. We'll see. So you still have one more set of duels for the next year as well. I do wonder if we'll get any more class tuning until then, though. But we'll see. Yo, thank you all. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thanks so much for hanging out. Thanks so much for watching. You guys are awesome. I'll see all of you boys in the next stream. Alrighty? You guys take it easy. Peace.